things. Say what you want to say.
I got my notes up here. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love.
And we get fucked up while we doing it.
That is true. We also do it drunk.
Yeah.
I enjoyed as always by my co-host, brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good now that I got my microphone turned the way it's supposed to be turned.
Yeah, the microphone is turned, and so are we. Although drinking is always encouraged, but never mandatory. Yeah. I'm here. I'm getting all mixed up. Today we are talking about Shogun. We are talking. Sorry.
Music outside.
Oh no, you don't have to do that. We're talking Shogun. We're talking X-Men '97. And we're talking the finale of... And as always, we're talking shit.
Oh, yeah.
But as always, we don't really do it alone. We like to bring our friends along. Joining us, as always, is Agent Spider. What's going on?
How's it going, guys? I'm excited to talk shit while sitting with my back straight and my one leg up on my other knee like a true samurai.
Like a true samurai.
Like a true samurai. I love it.
Oh man, I took that down. Oh no, it was on the other computer.
Oh yeah, the shit photo. Yeah, the shit samurai.
Yeah, man. You gotta have that, man. If you don't have that, what are you doing?
One of my favorite things we brought up on the show.
Or put down.
Hey. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to tune in every Thursday for the Banthas Bunch.
You know, tune in usually like because of the dial.
Yeah, right now it's like, what does it mean? Really?
What does it actually mean? What the fuck are we saying?
It's just become a synonym for watch.
The kids hear it all the time these days. They don't know what the fuck that means.
They don't know what the fuck it means. It's like tune. All right.
What does it mean with TV? Is that in reference to back when you had to like literally move the knob?
It's back in reference to the radio when you had to turn the dial on the radio and you have to tune in. Like you have to hit the tune button and scroll.
Which for you youngins out there, back when even when we were younger, it wasn't just you push the button and it goes to the next station. You literally had to rotate a knob until you perfectly got the bandwidth.
That's right. And all my belts was made
old.
All my belts was made of onions. Back in those days, bro. Dagnabbit.
Yeah, back then you had to dial to get to your favorite podcast.
Morgan back says, when I was a child, the phone was stuck in the house connected to the wall.
It's like, it sounds like a dreadful time.
Yeah, right after, I used to use the bathroom in about 200 yards from the house.
Sometimes you don't make it.
Did you guys have the specific telephone section / room of the house?
No, there was like a phone in the kitchen.
My phone was crazy. We had a 1,000-foot cord that went
one of those long
that literally traveled everywhere in the house you could go. That fucking phone carried. Yeah. It was only one fucking phone for the longest, but you could take it anywhere.
Yeah, it was in the kitchen. I could have taken that shit to the fucking garage if I wanted to.
Yeah, it has for real. We took quite frequently would have to take it outside if nobody was in the house.
Yeah. Also, before we get into our topics today, I just want to remind you guys, give you guys an update. The May 4th, Star Wars Day, I will be dropping my drunk analysis video, Dune Part 2 versus Empire Strikes Back. So if you guys don't want to miss out on any of that fat, juicy, spicy content, just hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell.
I just wish we had a Dune Day like we have a Star Wars Day.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you said that because I just submitted to the National Calendar Association to make Dune Day May 9th an official holiday.
Is this real?
This is real. I did this today on my lunch break.
I thought you were just fucking with me.
Oh, no. Guys, I am fighting
because I was like, this sounds like something that he actually did.
I am fighting hard I'm going John Oliver style.
I can tell you right now, 2 days ago, he did not know that there was a National Calendars Association.
I did actually. Like it's funny. Okay, I listened to this podcast where they always talk about like they always name the fake holiday of the day, and I just like, man, I never really. Holiday. Yeah, because like there's a National Donut Day and National Pizza Day and shit like that.
These days.
I mean, well, according to the National Calendar Association, it's those are our real days. And I was like, I've never had something that I felt passionate enough about to make a day. Now I do. May thy 9th, chip and shatter. Let's go.
What day would Drunk Banthas
Oh my God, this is a real thing.
I don't know.
No. You don't know
National Day calendar, register a national day. Holy
yeah, man. So God. You know what? I hate this name, but and I also hate this day. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we can single-handedly make this fucking happen, you can participate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have your own day. May thy 9th. Chip and shatter.
Yes.
That's the last time I'm going to say that.
It sounded like Bill was just
much cornier than May the 4th be with you. Is it?
Like I said, well, look, it took us 35 years to get to May the 4th be with you. So
yeah, it started out as a corny dad joke, and then it just it superseded into our consciousness as like something that's cool.
Let's just get it. Don't get it twisted, Morgan. I understand what you're saying. We do need a Bantha day, but we're just gonna have to accept the May thy 9th chip and shatter. We can go from there, and we could go and push on further. Nigga, I told you to sign us up for the Webbies, and you didn't sign us up for the Webbies, but you signed up for this goddamn calendar shit. This is ridiculous.
It's a lot easier to sign up for a national calendar than
how? It could not have been any easier.
It took me 3 minutes. I doubt it takes that long.
It couldn't have been any easier. You have no idea how long it takes to do the Webby one because you did the calendar one.
Anyway,
so, Alex,
it's not anyway. Is
this the sort of thing?
What happens, Seaway?
Where like we need to go to the site and vote for it or something, or is it just you got to hope that they're like, yeah, this guy seems like he's got a good idea?
Yeah, it's pretty much the latter. And there's enough dumb holidays out there that I feel like it's gonna. There's a lot of dumb holidays out there. Surely,
National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
There's like May the 4th actually a real holiday though.
I'm sure Disney applied for it at some point.
For the longest time, Jedi was a legit religion in Australia.
Really?
You
Actually,
could,
that's not surprising.
On your taxes, you could write Jedi. I think they stopped allowing it like 3 or 4 years ago, but up until like at least the 2010s, I think it was the thing.
Okay,
oh, man,
that's weird. I mean, well, it's not weird, but like, yeah, I could definitely see a group of nerds doing that. I'm surprised it just didn't happen in America first.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
We're a little touchy when it comes to religion here.
That's true.
Yeah, take it back to your country, boy.
But let's start with our first topic of the night.
No, we should do Shogun because Shogun's gonna be irrelevant in about an hour and 45 minutes.
Let's do Shogun.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Sorry,
so Shogun, Chapter 7, A Stick of Time. In 1950,
it's like a stick of dynamite.
Something like a stick of dynamite, but something completely different.
Yeah.
In 1554, a young Toranaga achieves his first victory in a battle against the warlord Mizoguchi, who commits seppuku. In 1600, Toranaga meets his estranged half-brother, second Nobutatsu, god damn it, to discuss terms of merging their two armies to invade Osaka as part of Crimson Sky. This is kind of like a tense way of opening up with like the flashback of Toranaga's past and seeing the introduction of his brother. What did you guys think of this opening between these two characters, Jeff?
Well, first off, I'd like to say I love that you got Mitsugushi right and then stumbled like a motherfucker over seppuku. that was pretty great.
You should just say suicide.
Right? Could be worse. At least he didn't call it Harry Carey like a lot of people do.
Well, that's amazing. That was awesome.
Instead of Harakiri. Anyway, I thought the flashback was a good call. I thought it was done very well because it showed us how just different their culture is. Yeah, you hear about the child emperor, or you hear about the guy who's been warring his entire life. If you've played Ghost of Tsushima, there's even parts where the main character, your character, you see him as a teenager, but dude looked like he was 12 and about to chop a guy's head off. And it just goes to show you, like, yeah, it was a little different back then and over there.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, different time.
There and like everywhere, really. I mean, look, let's just talk about, since we're talking about this section right here. I also thought that this flashback was, important. Everything, I echo everything that Jeff just said, but let's talk about the dummy of the episode, right? Like, this motherfucker is dumb as hell, right? Who, like Toranaga later says, like, who chooses
Right.
child to be his second? Like, who chooses a child to chop his head off?
Well,
right.
Like, dude, get any of these dudes behind you. There's like several people behind him right here that he could just ask real quick. These are the homies right here. Hey, yo, wouldn't you rather one of your homies do it, like out of honor or something? Because I'm a baby, and I'm gonna hack your shit up.
So that was I will say, katana was meant to be basically a decapitation weapon.
Yeah.
The entire point of a katana was it could, if it was sharpened and made correctly, it could slice through fucking anything. Yeah. But that being said, I think you still have to have bigger arms than a 4-year-old. So I guess the question here is, Bill, that's a good point. Do you think a part of him was like, man, I've lost and this is all over, but I'm going to make this motherfucker look like a dumb shit because he can't even get my head off in one swing?
Yeah. Well, I agree. I thought about that, but then I was like, man, that is one hell of a sacrifice. Like, I'm gonna do that with somebody else's body. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna play that game with somebody else's neck, not my neck.
Lord Toranaga, the child general, compliments to you, and I think we're gonna need your help with some seppuku. Can someone bring John over? This guy, he'd be honored. Yeah. Me, I want the giant with the holding a tree. I want him to take my head off. Yeah.
Absolutely. I want that dude taking my head off. Yeah. Matter of fact, y'all don't even have anybody over here big enough yet to bring my head off. Can y'all just do that later when you get somebody over? But John, he is that. John already told me, he said, look, if they get here before we're ready, I'm ready.
He's been working out on his arms all week.
John lost a game of cards last night and he didn't have enough to cover it. So I really think that if you want to that guy, I think that's probably the good call. Yep,
it's a good call.
I'm gonna play this section here because if I can see it, there we go. I just want to get this because I'm pretty sure this is when he looks over at what's his name? What's his homie's name?
Forget.
I
Father-in-law.
don't know.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his
name. But he's like,
granddaddy.
Which I feel bad because he's like the best character.
He's great. Top 5 character on this show. But yeah, he's Fuji's grandfather.
Yeah. They had to do a little time cut because it takes like 45 minutes to go.
This is the part that I wanted to look like. He looked back and he was like, don't look back at me. But turn your ass back around. Turn your ass back around. Don't look over at me.
Don't give me that fucking stink eye.
Told you to be doing them forearm exercises.
His character's name is Toda Hiromatsu.
Hiromatsu, yeah.
All-star. Definitely a great character.
By the way, I will say they did do something right there. When Mitsugushi is committing seppuku, you see him doing like the drag up, like because he's trying to get that S.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ugh. Who actually accomplished that? That's what I want to know. Who got the S?
I'm guessing it's the great ancestor of that monk who just sat down in the middle of Vietnam and lit himself on fire peacefully.
I'm guessing that it never happened, just like a 12-year-old chopping a nigga's head off in one swipe.
Yeah, it's got to take a lot of willpower to be like, I'm good. I'm gonna make one more swoop.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, no,
that is my stomach that just fell out, but hadn't gotten to my spleen yet. Let me just go ahead and.
Oh man, I really wanted to draw. I really wanted to write my name.
Shit, I'm dead now.
So like today's equivalent of peeing your name in the stone. You round on a P with one letter left. Real 1-to-1 comparison there.
Yeah, real 1-to-1. It's pretty much the same thing.
This episode made well. Actually, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. You was about to say something.
No. I was just gonna talk about the relationship between Toranaga and his brother, because even though his brother seems kind of
what happened to get us to his brother, Alex?
He in the last episode they declared Crimson Sky, or they decided that they was gonna do the Crimson Sky plan. Mm-hmm. They're gonna do the Crimson Sky play.
The Crimson Sky.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
What is it that is like that? What is it that's like that? It's like a trope in comedy or something where they're like the
right, yeah. Oh, that one?
Yeah.
You're gonna pull out that play? Yeah.
I can't remember it. And man, it's in something. Anyway.
I mean, it's almost like it's not quite the same, but in Hot Tub Time Machine, when they just keep referring to his high school girlfriend, just Great White Buffalo.
Right,
they never explain what that means.
Exactly. It's just like something crazy. But we find out what Crimson Sky is. Crimson Sky is like a plan where they gotta contact the homies, get everybody together, and we're gonna butt,
Mm-hmm.
But that requires the help of his brother.
Yeah.
What's his name again? What's his name?
Seiki?
Saki?
S-A-E-K-I.
Seiki.
Seiki.
I think at least.
I'm not reading it, just so y'all know. I'm rolling a blunt, so I wasn't reading it.
Like that's not what I'm looking down at.
But it's also important to remember that's only because of the earthquake. So the earthquake hit him harder than we thought, because evidently he had enough of an army by himself before that.
Yeah, he does mention that, like when he was talking to Kate. He said that you think I want to be asking this dude for help? Like I need his help.
Yeah, he lost thousands of people, I guess. Like that's crazy. But that goes to what I was talking about last episode, man. I didn't know it was that bad over there, man. It's crazy. Right. It's like Australia.
Yeah, everything is trying to kill you. It's crazy.
Which I just thought of, did you guys, so obviously, not laughing at this part, but we know that recently, was it Thailand or it was Thailand where there was the earthquake, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys know how there was also like a much smaller one in New York?
I did hear about that. I refused. I mean, I didn't look it up, but
it seemed bigger because it's just like all the infrastructure and everything. But like some news stations were trying to be like, oh my God, look how bad this is. And like they showed like it in New Jersey, and like during a coffee store, and it's just like you see a bunch of people like look around, and like you hear just a bunch of dishes rattle, and then it's just
devastating.
While there's one on the other side of the world causing a tsunami.
So there was an earthquake in New York City.
That's what I heard.
New York City. Shout out to Pace. We will take a.
We'll take that sponsor.
We'll take that sponsor.
That shit is delicious.
I don't even eat omelets like that, but I will start eating omelets all the time if I got that pace.
Get that pace. It's all about that pace.
That pace. All about that pace. About that pace. New York City. See, I already got y'all a new song. Like, let's go.
Got your new slogan right here. But I did think that their relationship between his relationship with his brother was interesting. He's still laughing about all that. About that
if Pace better come with that money off after that.
Like, this is genius.
These guys are fucking amazing.
But yeah, I did think that the relationship between these two was interesting. Like his brother's introduction, because you can already feel like there's a little bit of tension, even though he seems kind of nice. Or did you guys pick up on that at all in his introduction, Jeff?
So that's the interesting one, because immediately you're like, this could go either way. But then like he's jovial and he's laughing. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's just like he's having a little bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, maybe things are going to go okay. And then every single moment of the meal, you're like, something's off.
Yeah.
Like even in the beginning when he's telling like fun, happy stories, and it's like, there's something else going on here. Like, I don't know if it was it's almost like if they had that subaudible frequency that just gives you uneasiness. It's almost like they had that playing, because it just, nothing that was being said, the music, even just like the physical intonations of the actors in the beginning of that meal, none of it really indicated the betrayal that's coming. But the entire time he's talking, you're like, he's not actually
I guess
he's not as lovey about his brother as he's letting on, you know?
To your point, I think the only thing that led you to assume that dude didn't have great intentions at the dinner scene was that he was mad disrespectful. I mean,
but that came.
He was being like a lot of coy. No, I'm talking about at the dinner scene, like just at that last other, like, was second from last scene or something like that.
Yeah, the one where he talks about him shitting his pants and everything.
Yeah, but see, that kind of stuff, as we've seen through their culture, that's not the kind of conversation you be having.
Oh, not at all. What I'm saying is,
I think that was a sign. I'm just saying, like, if there was a sign that he was going to betray him,
oh yeah,
that was the sign. Like,
see, I think we all got that. What I'm saying is, I think that first story where he's talking about took the head off with one swing, I feel like that story you could already feel the tension.
Well, yeah, I think that was the one, because he knows that he didn't chop this dude's head off like one swing. Like, he already knows the truth. So he's just, the only reason to be mentioning it is to be disrespectful or coy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can say coy.
And we even know, and even we don't know that yet, because they didn't show what happened after he swung. But you can see from the reaction from everybody at the table, specifically Toranaga, that that's not a happy story or not something that makes him think fondly.
I didn't think that he cut the dude's head off. I was like, that shit seems very impossible.
Right?
To have happened.
Which, by the way, even at that point, it's like, God, Toranaga's son's a fucking dumbass. He's just sitting there like, tell me more. Like, dude, read the fucking room.
Oh man, he got the Shaq the Fool award for this week.
I don't know if he can read. Read the room. He can't read silk paper. That's what he can't do. I don't think he can write. There's a lot of characters in Japan.
Yeah,
right.
It's very hard.
Hard, man. I don't think he knows it. I'm not holding it against him. I'm just saying, I don't think he knows it.
And to y'all's point, one sort of sound illusion that they did a lot during this episode, which I thought was really cool, that Hans Zimmer uses a lot, is like what's called the shepherd tone, where it just like has this feeling. Is that thing where like it makes it seem like the sound is like rising, or like makes it sound like the music's getting louder and the tone is getting higher. But it's really like this looping illusion that just gives you this feeling of unease.
That's the Christopher Nolan,
yeah. Like he's using the Dark Knight a lot.
Is that the one where he makes you poop? That's the sound.
Yep, no, that's the crowd note. Very close.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the one.
Some people are affected differently. There are a lot of people who shat.
Nobody calls it that. That's weird.
But I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, I see you. That was like a cool little musical thing that they did to keep the tension of the episode.
Tension
building.
Damn, that popped hard.
What happens?
Hold on, I want to bring up the scene that y'all were talking about here, where we introduced to what's the brother's name?
Seki.
Seki. Yeah. See, I didn't want to say it wrong again. But yeah,
there's a good chance neither of us has said it right once, so you're good.
It's very possible.
Hey, talk about it.
He does got some fly shit on. Look at that.
Yeah.
Who has a white warrior outfit when you fight with swords?
Dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a dude planning on not getting nothing on him, man.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah. Somebody cut through all the bullshit. Yeah, you see how I love him, man. That's what I'm saying, man. He's already ready for the business. Like, hold on, man.
See, I like the tone.
But see, he deprecated himself.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, he's looking at that like, yo, this motherfucker right here. But look at our homie right here. He is like, oh shit,
forever neutral.
He's forever ready to die. I think he's already decided, damn it, I'm gonna die. This is it. He almost killed himself because he couldn't get out the water.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
So I just think that this dude just has a little bit. He's got a lot going on.
Shit, you got a white boy.
Let me see your white boy.
God. So that's what that's what feudal ADHD looks like, huh? Just jumping around with that conversation.
Yeah, whoever chopped that up, God bless you. I really fucking appreciate it. What's everybody talking about here?
Morgan said, I have tried the brown now. Nothing happens.
The brown note.
Oh man, I would consult your doctor, I guess.
Yeah, boy.
Not Nerd Yards.
You might have constipations.
Not Nerd Yard says, what up, y'all? Happy Eclipse Day. Praise the sun god. You actually did get a chance to see the eclipse today.
Yeah, cool. Everybody loves Dayman, the fighter of the night.
But Bill, to your point earlier, you pointed out Nobushige just being like 1 foot in the grave or close to death or whatever. Interestingly enough, that reminded me, the first episode, the reason he boils them so slowly is because he's obsessed with trying to catch the moment of death.
I forgot about that crazy shit in the first episode.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's crazy.
I hadn't forgot about it. That nigga crazy. He's also like
the eyes.
He's a little slow. You know what I'm saying? Like a little off. Maybe not slow.
He's a little off, yeah, because he's very, very smart, and especially to have
you can be slow and
lived as long as
you get there shorter than other.
That's the funny thing. He catches so much, but so many other things are just walking right by him.
Right?
Yeah,
not flying by, walking.
All he ever had to do was just be a solid dude.
Yeah,
because it would have put him in the exact same situation he finds himself in anyway.
That is true. He's like one of those guys that like dashes through traffic just to get to the same stoplight that you're at. It's like, you know what? If you just drove the same speed limit,
y'all both end up at the Food for Less at the same time. At the same
like, damn. I guess all that trickery didn't really help. Morgan said, "Ra be praised." Yeah, we all giving praise to the sun god over here.
The sun god.
And all of our Christian
I've been playing I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll be hearing Ra or any of that stuff. I need to make sure I'm not in the Animus at this moment. I need to make sure this is real. This is all happening.
It's like, make sure, is this real? Is this a game? What happens? Oh yeah, we mentioned that.
Wait, Seki, before we jump, because I want to talk about Seki again. Because I have a theory here. So we know that Seki, double crosses, pulled a double cross on his brother of all people, right?
Spoilers.
Oh, I'm gonna mute that because I just want to show my guy right here. We get, the news. We've watched it. We not spoiling nothing. That
it's a week old. We're good.
Yeah, he does the double cross. Now, I had this thought when it happened, but I looked on the internet today and I saw that somebody else has the same opinion, or at least, theory. Do y'all think that Suki, y'all think that he is in on Toranaga's plan, and this is the plan all along, to come in and be disruptive, seem like he's going to take him in after having accepted the seat on the council, only to then sneak attack it. So the Crimson Reign becomes a secret Crimson Reign.
It's Crimsoner.
Yeah.
That would be interesting, because it does feel like he's a little bit too docile toward the end. Like he just kind of accepts his fate a little bit too easily. You assume that he has something up his sleeve. That he's just not telling anybody.
He's supposed to be this trickster, and ain't nothing. I'm not feeling like free to rock around or walk around and rock up top of tricky.
Tricky. Yeah, it doesn't. He doesn't seem very, very tricky. But before we get actually to, well, no, it's actually, Jeff, what was your?
Yeah, how do you feel about that cheering?
So that's interesting. I didn't think it during the episode, but the entire time I was thinking Nobunaga's got something else planned. He's going into this too easily, and so the thing is, your plan would make a lot of sense, especially because he knows he's got spies for the other regions, especially such as Nobushige. So it would make sense that he would have to make it really fucking sell it,
Yeah.
Which then makes the rest of the episode even more interesting if that's the case.
Yeah, because then we know that his son ain't never on the same page, right? We know that his son ain't never thinking or on the same page as him.
Bro, they're reading the Japanese version of Shakespeare, and he's reading like a Dr. Seuss book and doing it poorly.
I don't think he can read.
Yeah, he's just looking at the pictures. He's like, that cat's got a hat, and he accidentally stumbled onto the right words.
He's all hooked on phonics. Y'all remember hooked on phonics? That's what's wrong with kids today. They don't be on the hooked on phonics.
Well, you know why he couldn't read all the way back then?
Ooh, shit.
Because he didn't have something very important. Butterfly in the sky.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
right.
no reading rainbow.
Twice as high.
Sadly, a pre-reading rainbow world.
Stupid fucking kid.
It was
you didn't grow up with LeVar Burton, so you don't know shit. I don't care what your SAT says. You don't know shit if you didn't grow up with LeVar Burton.
Before we get to the ending, I do want to bring up this interesting.
What do you think about the theory?
I said it before he did.
He went before me.
Yeah.
He agreed. He said it was very interesting and it would make sense.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah, I just think it's gonna happen just because the brother looked like he was saddish, but only in the sense like everybody's gonna hate me for a while, even though they don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he had this somber attitude. Like when I watched it the first time, I didn't really feel that, but yeah, after I watched it the second time, I was like, man, he seemed like a little deeper than he needs to be if he's just this dude who don't give a fuck and that would just turn on his brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll say, if it was gonna be like Toranaga was making plans with like one of Seki's generals or something, we would have at least had that general talk to Seki during the episode. We didn't really have any of his men as standalone characters. So if that's the way it's going, I think it has to be Seki.
Yeah, because I feel like he has enough spies, like you mentioned, Jeff, and he has enough, information coming in all the time where he should have been like aware that at least that his brother had joined the council already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions, or at least a lot of possibilities.
You sound like Peter. What's the dude's name? The YouTuber Peter
Cottontail.
Holmes,
the one that does the breakdowns.
I don't. Oh, Pete Peppers.
Yeah, you sound like Pete Peppers just then when you said that.
All right, hopefully I can get his money. But yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions. We still got 3 episodes left. I'm really excited to see how, like, specifically Toranaga's storyline is gonna turn out. But I do want to talk about this scene with Buntaro. He formally asked Toranaga to kill Blackthorn and Mariko. Oh, and Mariko then asked for Torango to Torango. Who the fuck is that? Toranaga to allow her to die. Man,
I was still thrown that you're calling them by their real names instead of Lincoln and Kate.
I totally pronounced that wrong. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Taro formally asked for Toranaga to kill Andrew Pirate, and Kate, then he asked Toranaga to allow her to die, which he both refused.
No, his name's not Toranaga. His name is fucking
Scorpion.
Oh yeah,
get over here.
What's wrong with you? Jesus.
But yeah, what
or
did you guys?
Jackie Chan's brother. I mean, come on, we got so many.
Jackie Chan's brother. Yeah,
you get so many. Yeah,
which, by the way, that's because of Rush Hour 3. I'm not saying all Asian people are related.
Right. No, yeah, that wasn't a racist joke.
I should really clear up before we continue.
But yeah, what did you guys think of this scene with Botaro and Toranaga? Like the whole love triangle being like pretty everything that is unsaid is said pretty much. But he's
not said.
He's like, hey, if you go to accuse him, you got to accuse her. You got to kill them both. Jeff, what did you think of this?
He was just more so reminding him of that.
Yeah.
Well, first off, man, Banthas, I get that you're pissy, but dude, you are making yourself look less valuable in Toranaga's eyes because you're coming at him all. If you come at him with like a good reason, and if and by the way, it wouldn't be hard to find one. Anjin is fucking up left and right and doesn't know shit. So, or you could easily manipulate him into doing something that would force their hands. But instead, you're just like, dude, fucked my wife. Or not even fucked my wife. Dude's looking at my girl and I don't want it. So I got to kill him. I got to kill him.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some wild hood shit right there. It's like, I don't like the way you look at him.
But he's also sitting there like, but he's not like saying it like that. He's like, I don't like the way he's looking at my girl. Can I do something? Can I please? Yeah. That's the other thing. I think that if Toranaga,
he can't just walk up in there and like
his
chest out, get his chest cut out.
Well, but that's the thing. If he had been smarter about it, if he had come in with like some other than just like, well, I'm pissed off, you should let me do this, I think Toranaga would have let him. Because let's also be honest, Anjin has served his purpose. He showed them how to use the cannons.
Not yet.
He showed them how to use the cannon. They don't know the more that they're going to get out of him. They just know, they just wanted him for the cannons, right?
I think Toranaga knows what he wants out of him. I don't think that everybody else sees his purpose, including
Blackthorn himself,
black guy,
Blackberry.
I don't think he even has gotten it clearly because he's getting pissed off constantly. I think his purpose is to serve, as the token. You know what I mean? Like, as long as he's on.
I thought that was my job.
Well,
Tokamaka.
Apparently, it was fashionable in the 1600s, and now it's fashionable in the 2000s.
I'm retro.
The 20s of the 2000s. So yeah, it's coming back, man. It's made a comeback. LeBron James got him a white dude to do his podcast. Look, it's just what you do now. Apparently,
it's coming back. It's coming back in style. Killer Mike and LP. But I
finally things are going well for us white guys.
Hey, light skin is coming back, man. Light skin is back in.
I will say it's probably one of the episodes I enjoyed the most, and I think it's in no small part too. Is the least amount of Andrew Pirate that we do get, because he's not very integral to the story in this episode that much. He's just kind of there to be like, what the fuck am I doing? What do you want me to do?
I think at this point he's really just, the last two episodes, he's just expressing what we the viewers are expressing. Like, yo, why the fuck y'all do shit fucked up like this? Like, yo, why are y'all killing motherfuckers that didn't deserve to die? I didn't hope he burned in hell. Like,
now I kind of hope you do.
Yeah, right. Right. So he's had these moments of reflection in this episode and the last episode as well. Do I want to play this? I kind of want to play this.
Oh yeah, this is
hilarious. This scene for me was the very like, okay, we get it. Last Samurai was an awesome movie, but come on.
I thought it was funny. I mean, I thought it was cool because it was funny.
Right.
Like
I thought it was a funny.
It is fun seeing Nobushige just be like, I'm just gonna fuck with him a little bit.
He was like, oh man, like why am I even talking to you?
Right.
It's like, I was like, why am I even talking to your dumb ass? You don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. How long you been here? You don't learn my language.
風に向かって小便をしてるようなものじゃん。どうせ使い方も知らんくせに。
See, right here, I'm like, hey.
I would have took off running.
Look, check it out. Just chill out. Because I would have gotten that he ain't trying to kill me, because he would have.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen these niggas pull these things out and just that's it.
Right.
Ain't nobody pulled one on purpose, and not did nothing with it.
Right.
So except for the little boy, the goddamn boy. But at this point, I'm like kind of understanding, but I don't understand. Be like, look, I'm gonna grab my knife. I'm gonna grab my katana. See, I'm gonna you look. No, cut the head off. No cut my head off. I no cut your head off. You increase your head. Hey, no stabby, no cutting, no slicey. No. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this motherfucker, okay? Like, goddamn it, do not fucking kill me.
Oh man. Yeah, I would have been terrified.
Yeah, but then he gets the best of him, and man, I want to give this dude a nickname, man, because he is a
Banthas. You mean Nobushige?
No, this fool.
No.
Bantaro.
Like,
Shogun nasty.
come on, man. Are we serious? Is this really what we doing? Like, come on, man. You that insecure for real? Like, the problem? No, because this is the problem, man. This is the problem. I'm just playing the problem. Okay. This dude ain't smashed his wife since he had a kid with her. He hasn't talked to her hardly.
I think he probably did. I don't think she liked it.
I don't think that she had. I don't think that he has, because the way he acting, he don't seem like he's that type of dude. Because he could just be smashing her all the time, or he could just smash any other woman in the village, because that's actually how it goes down in their time. So he could just. It's not about the sex. He wants the emotion. He wants her to want him, and he wants so that he can then feel like he's in power. But she has all the power because she won't talk to him. She don't soften for him. She just performs her duties and goes on by her business. He ain't getting no conversation out of her. You know what I'm saying? He don't get no affection in any way, shape, or form. Not just in physical manner. He's mad because this dude's getting the affection, right? Like he's getting the person that he's never even seen before. Because he meets this girl, she done lost her whole family already. Yeah. Right. So I just feel like he's being a straight bitch. Because all he has to do is just, go get another bitch. Like this, you not bound to this girl because you're a man in this time period. Like
they got a brothel right there in the village.
Right there, dog. It's actually just like there's a Dairy Queen right here, and then there's a Taco Bell, and there's the brothel. Like nigga, it's right there. Like the hotel room, there's a hotel, and in the first lobby, they got right past the coffee spot. There's a brothel. Like you can buy some sex.
It's like Starbucks is on every corner.
You can buy some sex, man. You don't have to do this. So I just feel like why chop a nigga's head off? Yeah. Just because you ain't like, you know what I mean? So it's not sexual. It's like he is not just jealous. He's like, what is it? Vengeful for nothing.
Yeah. He's definitely got, I guess, wrathful and he's got some resentment towards Blackthorn. Sorry, Andrew. It's like
black people.
Black thought.
And the way that we already see how the way that they see death in this country at this time. So it's not totally
that's how they see it. Soon.
It's all it can happen at any moment. So why not now to this fucking guy? And then like we mentioned, the next morning, Toranaga informs Seiki of his intention to surrender and declares there will be no Crimson Sky. But then while Seki visits a tea house, he is led into an ambush by Kiku, who conspired with Nagakado to kill him. I thought this was interesting because I always thought that Kiku is just like a really interesting character. I don't know if she's just like a really striking looking actress, and that just makes me wonder what's more about her. But I think that
she's a fine ass prostitute.
Yeah, she's super attractive, but like she also shows that she's like very smart and cunning.
But is it that she is that attractive, or is it that the geisha makeup is doing its job? Not necessarily white, but paler. So it looks like her skin's flawless, and then like they have the lips and the eyes pop way more.
Mm. Yeah, the
Is
makeup
that what
is
you're
doing.
reacting to?
Well,
The
no,
makeup
because we
is-
did see her without the makeup when she was with that little weird dude who's what's his name's nephew.
Omi? Is that his name?
I have words. Yeah, I think it is Omi. I think that is his name. I got nicknames for dudes that I don't want to use because I don't want to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. What is that? That's something we usually don't hear that on the Bantha Bunch show.
It sounds like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when somebody would show up. And turns out Goku decided to drop in. What's up?
Did you just say that for real?
Yeah, I did.
Hold on. I guess Alex has literally never watched one episode of the Bantha Bunch show because that is exactly what the Bantha Bunch show is. It's Mr. Rogers, and when somebody pops in, we play that little tone, and yeah, we got that because that's the doorbell ringing.
Yeah,
Producer T, welcome to the stage. How's it going?
I hate Texas. I came here to see the eclipse. I got some good photos of it. Like we thought, like it was so cloudy for like almost the whole, except for like the very last little moments where like it opened up a little window, and I was able to get like the whole thing captured. But we were like an hour-ish out of San Antonio, which only takes like 3 hours to get back to Houston, and it took us like 6 hours to get back to Houston. Traffic, and then when I got my rental car was out, the headlights and the blinkers didn't fucking work on the bastard, so I was like, well, it's nighttime, can't drive this.
No.
So gotta stay in Houston for another night. So I'm at a undisclosed hotel in a super secret location, wanting the day to be over with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, this is where you come when that happens. When you're having a taste of the Mondays, you come to the Drunk Banthas channel or Nerds at Night and kick it with us. All right.
Forewarning, I do have bad internet connection here, so
yeah, it's okay.
We got it.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're coming in clear.
It's 2024. Everybody knows. Just wait till this motherfucker signal come back, and then we're good. Like,
There's people who are on like ESPN who have shows they have worse internet somehow.
I don't even know how that works, bro. I don't even know how it works, but it makes us feel better. But yeah, Shogun, we have this. I forgot what we were talking about specifically.
So
but
we are at the end.
I was about to say, whatever we were at, we're going to the end right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we were at the end, but I do want to ask, since producer T just joined the convo, like, what were your initial thoughts on this episode? Did you like it? Love it?
Whew.
Did you see it?
Whew, man, we'll talk about an episode that didn't give me hope for these people. Like I was expecting some kind of happy. I was like, oh, they're just getting. Oh, Lord Toranaga, he's just getting fucked left and right, bro. Like, I knew something was up with his brother when he showed up all happy and stuff. Like, I was like,
ain't nobody in this show happy.
I was like, he's gonna be definitely.
You're Japanese in the feudal times. You're not allowed to be happy.
Yeah, you're not that happy. I knew it was coming, and then you saw it come, and I didn't think it was that kind of a deal, but damn. I'm excited for the next episode because there was just no happiness.
The Japanese people in this show, when they are happy, it gets somebody's head cut off or almost cut off. Dude is just mad that his wife is happy.
Well,
and she's happy around this white man.
So mad. Like I honestly thought he was gonna ask to be divorced right then and there. I thought he was gonna like grow some balls and just be like, hey, can we get
well, I thought he was gonna ask to kill himself.
Yeah, or something like that. But no, he's like, I want his head. I want that white man's head. And I was like, stop being a little bitch. I ain't gonna happen.
We all want the white man to die, but come on.
Toranaga is not about to give
in
you
my
his
opinion,
favorite white toy.
To me, he knew that he wasn't gonna let him kill himself. I mean, kill the white dude. Kill the white man. Kill the white man. killed.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, they wasn't gonna let him do that.
I'm Whitey.
We love you, Agent Spider.
They wasn't
Right?
knew that
It's
they
just
wasn't
like
gonna
if
let him
someone
do
came
that.
up to us, like, we're like, I want Jeff's head. I was like, nah, you're not taking our white dude like
Yeah, you're
that.
not gonna
Sorry.
do that.
He's
But, he-
way too
but they
valuable
already
for us.
knew.
And
that
you'd be like, you
wasn't
just
gonna
hate
do
him
that.
because he's light skinned.
But I feel like it was just his way of crying out loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, in their culture, you can't whine and bitch. So I think that was his way of doing it, knowing that he wasn't gonna let him do it. And he was like, must I remind you, you got to cut this bitch head off too now. It's like, see, and so if he
Right?
really didn't like her, if he really wasn't fucking with her, then he really would have just did that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That
towards
was
the end,
interesting.
we got old dude, we got Brother Love. No, we ain't gonna do
Seki?
that. That's Diddy. Wait, what is his name?
I
Seki.
mean, at that moment, he was getting some.
Yeah, he was doing some Diddy
Yeah.
stuff.
Which
He was about to really get it. He was really about to get
had
it in.
the scarf tied around his neck and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
She was choking him.
He was on his David Carradine.
Yeah, or his Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, RIP to both.
But-
this turned really morbid. I don't know why I had started
Well,
this
it's because they did it. We didn't do it. We did not.
Or
we didn't
or
write
his
this.
Kenny from South Park.
Exactly. But then you know, I don't know if y'all think, I think it was set up. I think the the working
Oh, she
girl,
absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she set him up, but she could not have, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is also a possibility too. But
Yeah, I'm not
She
sure if
said-
she did or not, because that whole assassination attempt seemed kind of clumsy. And when she
But I
was
mean-
like, "Oh, I got something a little bit more hardcore than that," I thought she was gonna like put him in like some kind of sex dungeon trap and then kill him that way. Like I thought
Yeah, that
she
would've
was
been
gonna
smarter.
be the one doing the deed, but then like the son showed up and just.
Well,
and I was
he
like,
said
I
that's
don't think
why-
this was part of the plan.
That's
I hope
why
it's part of the
The
kind
plan.
son might have been ordering her to do that. Like, hey,
he might have. But that's
Yeah.
why I thought he
Come
might
with us.
not have, though. Because, well, the reason I thought he might not have, or there could be somebody else behind it, I was like, no, Omi wasn't there.
Mm.
So I don't think he convinced the
Right.
prostitute. Like, if the prostitute was the one who did it,
You think she
I
would only
think
done it
that
if Omi was there?
Omi would have been there. But I didn't see Omi, so I'm thinking that this is even more rogue than
Well-
we feel like it was, right? Like,
Omi
this
was
dude
already
just-
busy getting Bantaro to want to go kill Whitey.
right, but that's because
Right.
Those
Whitey
little thoughts
smashing
in
his
his ear.
girl. Whitey smashing
Yeah,
his girl, but everybody's
Omi-
smashing your girl. Like, your girl is a prostitute.
But
just don't
Omi,
get it.
he's going around and he knows when to whisper and who to whisper to.
Yeah,
to
he's
get
Mr.
what he
Mayhem.
wants done. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is funny because what's her name? Kiku.
Yes,
She is whispering in Omi's ear and getting him to do whatever she fucking wants.
Yeah.
I'll
right.
tell you what.
That's why I don't think she was part of this plot, because she ain't that sloppy. I don't,
Yeah.
and like the Mama-san,
I could see there. Again,
you know who
Mama-san,
runs the
Mama-san.
tea house?
she's
She's
my
not that sloppy.
she's my MVP of the episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Getting
Oh.
what you wanted in that will.
hmm
Yeah,
man. She's fucking dope.
she was good.
Yeah.
I was gonna play
That's
that.
why I was
clip,
like,
but
I don't
eh.
think the tea house was behind. Maybe if they were behind it, maybe it was supposed to go sloppy or something. Some
Well-
like 4D chess maneuvers, but I think it was just too sloppy for them.
We've talked about that part way too long because we do the climax of the scene and the end of the show.
I thought the climax was when he had the thing tied around his neck.
Oh no!
Hey yo.
First of all, he's eating water.
Oh,
Terry's eating Whataburger.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
making me miss
Pissing
what
Fucking
me off.
right he is.
damn.
Get your
yeah,
asses down here.
An orange cup.
Jesus
That
fucking
spicy
Christ.
ketchup. Ooh.
Yeah, spicy ketchup is stupid. But they don't pay for nothing here, so but what was I about to say? Oh, yeah.
The
we,
big fun part of the ending.
we finally had what I've been wanting to happen for feels like years now. We got Toranaga's son dead. I love
That
when
dumbass.
annoying characters die. I didn't even think he was that good of an actor. I did not like him at all.
Yeah,
maybe that made him a great actor.
Well, I was gonna say that either means he was a bad actor or the best actor.
I have to see him in something else to confirm these feelings that I have today. But
yeah. Homeboy slipped on a banana peel and ate the.
He fell for the banana.
I did not see that coming at all. I was just like, well, there goes that one plan, and you're one.
I will say this: when he slipped, I don't know about you guys, but I thought they were gonna go full on like slapstick, and he was gonna like fall like head onto his own sword or something.
Yeah, I thought something like that.
So I'm glad they made it more like no, just cracks his head on the rock because he's a dumb piece of shit and doesn't even deserve the sword.
Yeah,
and then the homeboy ain't no beauty in that.
Yeah, no beauty in that, right? Yeah. Imagine that'd be the last thing you hear as you're passing away.
The last thing you hear, well, that's why I liked it, because it was the last thing he heard as he was passing away, and all he wanted to do was get into a motherfucking battle. And as soon as he got into a regular ass fight, this nigga fucking slipped up and died. On this nigga's road, his uncle is running away, fighting for his life, like trying to run and escape.
Had that man on the ropes. The dude was like, had his balls in his hand. Literally had his balls in his hand. Couldn't do nothing. Dick in hand. Caught this man, dick in hand. Literally.
You want to crown him?
This is probably where that expression came from this story, was that he was caught dick in hand. It came from right there.
Hey, it's an old enough story. Yeah,
I just don't understand how you go in to kill somebody secretly and come in and start yelling. Like, just God damn.
He's that stupid.
In goddamn life.
Worst on earth. Yeah.
Like, nigga, calm down. Shut the fuck up. If I'm in there with him, I'm leaving. If I'm the nigga in the far back and they go in there yelling, I'm going back to the crib. I'm going back to my tent or whatever the fuck I got set up. I'm maybe hit a brothel. Maybe
just a quick little nope. Whoop.
Did we talk about Bad Bangs? I don't know why.
Fuji-sama?
I actually like this girl.
Fuji-sama.
Well, okay, look, she has those terrible bangs because when she puts that bandana on, it looks better. When she has that bandana on her head, her bangs look way better, and she's working that spear. And I like her. I like her.
Fuji. Well, Fuji is my top five. Fuji's in the top five.
Yeah, she's every in the episode top 5. She becomes. In every episode she climbs positions too.
Yeah,
she might be my MVP.
She's doing good. She's gonna be if they're gonna give me a sad death, a death that's gonna be make me like talking about it. It would be her.
That's a good point, because like she's not gonna die. She already mentioned that she wants to die, and her grandfather says, "Well, why not live?" So I just feel like, she's destined to have a good life.
Yeah. Man, that'd be extra tragic if she like finds a new lease on life and she has a reason to live and then she dies. That would be
exactly.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. She's gonna be my sad death. If they want to put a sad death on me, it's her character.
How many episodes we got left, Alec?
3.
Okay, so goddamn, we're gonna be covering this shit for a long time, but we do have to move.
I will just my last point of this episode is just with Toranaga's son, to quote one of the strongest martial arts masters out there, Hamato Yoshi. When you die, it will be without honor.
Without honor.
Without honor.
That was a Splinter accent, not an Asian accent. Do not come for me in the comments.
Yeah.
We're moving right along to.
Wait a minute. Why is it? So it's not racist when Jackie Chan does do. So Jackie Chan can do the Splinter accent, but I can't do the Splinter because he was doing the Splinter accent.
But you can do a Jackie Chan accent.
Racism. Yeah, see, that's what I like. I think if you do it good,
I don't want no trouble.
My rule is if you do it good and if it sounds right, then you're not racist. You're not being racist. If you doing it and you sound racist, there's your sign.
There is like some sort of scale of racism and skill.
It's like how good
it goes.
Like
you pull it off.
Which, by the way, on behalf of my people, I'm going to put it out there. I don't care your skill level. Feel free to call us honkies. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I don't say racist things to white people because they all their shit is funny. None of it's really.
None of it's hurt your feelings.
Exactly. None of it's self-deprecating really at all.
But yeah, we're talking about X-Men 97 episode 4, Motendo or Life Death Part 1.
We got to get that. You know what?
I think I'm just gonna wait for all of this to like air and then watch them all.
Yeah,
got to catch them all.
You haven't caught up yet.
Can't wait for Pokemon 97.
Somehow I got onto this episode though, so I know what this episode's actually about and can talk about it because it's one of my. They brought back one of my favorite villains, Mojo and the Mojoverse.
Yeah, Mojo and the Mojoverse.
I love that they put him on Slim Fast for this episode.
Right? I was like, what happened? Mojo ain't been doing too hot since they last defeated him. Look like
it was like in hungry. It was like in Goldmember when Fat Bastard comes back and he's got all the hanging skin flaps and shit.
Yeah,
this dude's on a low carb diet.
I was like, what did they do to my Mojo?
Interesting, it's interesting visual choice. In this episode, the X-Men wish to celebrate Jubilee's 18th birthday against Magneto's wishes. However, they cannot support her choice to spend it at the arcade. Roberto consoles her before they are pulled into a video game based on her previous adventures created by Mojo. What did you guys think of like this first half of this episode? Because this one got kind of split up like it was a fucking episode of Dexter's Laboratory for some reason. But what did you guys think of this first half of Jubilee's birthday story?
You don't like Dexter's Laboratory now? Is that what you're saying?
I love Dexter.
Okay.
Thinks he's too good for Dee Dee?
Exactly. I'm about to have to say, all right.
He hates white women.
Hey, they split it up like Dexter. That's all I said.
All right. I was just trying to see.
So question about that, because I'm trying to remember, and Bill, I think this is going to have to go to you again. Did they do that with the original series in the 90s? Did they do the two-part, like the two different stories in one episode? Because a lot of shows back then did. Like Spider-Man even did for some episodes.
They did not. They did not usually. Okay. They did not have two different stories usually going on.
Because they usually did multi-part episodes.
They definitely did multi-part episodes.
They were big fans of that.
Damn, is this a multi-part? Is this still a multiple part?
Apparently the second half is part 1, and that's the only thing that's like kind of different for me because like there have been episodes where they have like A plot, B plot, but to actually like this literally named 2 different episodes. Like it's like a half-hour cartoon where it's like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. So
here's the interesting part. Next episode 5 is called Remember It. Episode 6 is Life Death Part 2.
Oh, weird.
Right?
Huh. No, it's not. That's not weird. They're doing Storm's story separate so that she can come back. Like in the comics, when she loses her powers, it's a growth moment for the it's a moment of growth for the X-Men because they have to learn how to function without Storm's powers. Yeah. And as we've talked about previously, in the comics, she's like 18,000 times more powerful than she's ever been in the cartoon or in the movies. So I think what they're trying to do, it's clear that what they're trying to do with her story is keep her off a little bit, kind of almost like post-credit scene-ish. Like we're going to keep her over here. Y'all will see their development, her and Forge's development. And then when they come back, it'll meet at the end. You know what I mean? Like butt cheeks.
Or like where you see like you're reading comics and you'll be reading like Nightwing issues, and that just kind of bleeds over into whatever storyline that Batman had like going on for that summer. Like I dig the divergence. But what did you guys think of like the first half? Producer T, you didn't actually watch it.
No, I know what happened.
What did you think of like the Mojo story with Jubilee?
At first I didn't like it. I watched it earlier today though, and I was like, it's not bad. You know, the last Mojo episode that they had in the original series, it was a Jubilee heavy episode. She had to save this dude who was like the TV host. I mean, this TV star in Mojo's slave world.
Right.
What is his name?
I can't remember his name. Some blonde dude with the leather suit. But yeah, he like fell in love with Jubilee, which is weird because she was like 17. So that was strange.
That's a child.
I don't know how to work in space, you know what I'm saying? But he going to jail in the state of New York.
Long shot.
Long shot. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, was that dude?
That dude. So Mojo has a reason to have liked Jubilee, to like want her, to see her as marketable or whatever. And
good for ratings. She's young.
She's great for ratings. She's young, but also he's been losing ratings, which is why he's so thin.
Yeah.
Right. Like I like how they did that. Like he was losing ratings before in the first cartoon, but like they never explored like, oh, you know, he feeds off of this. So you need to
their whole economy. Right. He's part of these creatures called the spineless ones, and they ain't got no backbone. So most of them are all on these little contraptions and things. And in their universe, because they live in like an actual separate universe, not like an alien planet. He is from a different. It's all about TV for them. Their whole planet got infected by like some solar rays and made like 90% of his people clinically insane. So Mojo is a villain who is insane. Like he's insane. And they're all addicted to TV, and Mojo was sane enough to be like, well, I'm going to be the only person running all the TV stations and everything. And so he is the ruler of that universe through the power of television.
Yeah. First of all, before we move on, I just want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Nine Nerd Yards is in there. He said, what up, producer T earlier. And he said he really needs to catch up on these shows. Yep, you're playing yourself, punch yourself in the face and wake up and then watch these shows. Morgan, shout out to him. Cisco, shout out to Cisco. He was talking about Shogun earlier. He said to them, honor is sacred. It absolutely is. That's why you stab yourself in the stomach. I guess you know what's not sacred? Life. That is not what's sacred at all.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Morgan said Mojo definitely looked thin at first. Yeah, he was definitely looking thin. It looked like it was on purpose.
Yeah, I think Cisco said not in the X-Men. I think he's referring to like whether they had like 2-part episodes, like the one that they have in this one.
Yeah, they did not.
Yeah.
They did not. And what is this motherfucker saying right here?
He digs their power too.
He digs, he digs their powers too. Yes.
Because doesn't she do something about like? Isn't her power like breaking the multiverse or something? Some weird shit that it does.
Yeah, it's something cooler than fireworks or whatever.
Yeah, because it's not fireworks. It just looks like fireworks to us,
right?
But it's actually something interdimensional or some shit.
Yeah. Kind of like how, you know, fucking Cyclops is like his.
Do I have to add Jeff back?
Optic blast is like a portal to another universe or some crazy shit.
But for me, Mojo, I got on this conversation with Mojo with another friend because we were trying to see like what X-Men villain would you kind of want to hinge for?
Would you want to hinge for?
Who would you want to be like hinging for?
Magneto.
And Mojo was one of my like top ones, and under Apocalypse, Mojo, and then Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse terrifies me.
Then you're one of the horsemen.
Scares me. Yeah, I know. That's a cool power, but it's still Apocalypse, and he can just fuck you up. And he seems hard to impress. Mojo, I like talking about movies and shit. Mojo's right up my alley. I'd be like, I got all kinds of crazy shows.
I did think it was hilarious.
Magneto.
Excuse you. I think you mean indentured viewer.
Oh yeah. He did say that. That was
pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't catch that the first time. I caught it.
Right. And by the way, Emma Frost described Jubilee as having the untapped ability to detonate matter at a subatomic level, which in theory makes her gives her powers the equivalent of a nuclear fusion bomb.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was some shit that they went and retconned because it just because first of all, her character didn't exist before the cartoon.
Yep.
They created her character for the cartoon. She was supposed to be a one-off character for the pilot episode.
She's a Harley Quinn.
They kept her going. Yeah, she is the Marvel Harley Quinn. Is exactly right.
The Marvelly Quinn.
Marvelly Quinn, put it on a t-shirt. But yeah, her powers are like she's extremely powerful, not in the Omega level type shit, but she is extremely powerful, and I think they did a really good job, and they're doing a really good job of this all over the place with all the characters, but they're doing a really good job of making you see how powerful she is without having to explain it and be like, well, no, she was never really using all of her powers.
Right.
And who they do that earlier with they
good Gambit.
I haven't seen anything that fixed Gambit yet, but they have done it with Cyclops, where they've shown you that his Omega Blast is like he can control it, and it could be big, it could be small. You know what I'm saying? Like he can knock. The only thing he did in the comic, I mean, in the last cartoon, was buzz out fires with it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Gambit's was in the comics, because in the comics,
yes,
Gambit goes against another version of himself that's an Omega level mutant that took out the entire fucking Phoenix Force, and Gambit was so worried about it, he had Sinister give him brain surgery, so he can't do that.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, see,
Sinister
in the show though, they haven't gone to the point, and I think they're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe all this Magneto shit is building us up to a point where he's gonna be, like he gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying? Not, not erected. But
and Mr. Sinister is on the bottom list of people who I would hinge for.
Oh yeah, he seems
definitely. I'm not trying to be a Birdman anymore.
Agreed.
No, he's Diddy. He is the Diddy.
Yeah, he's Diddy. He's definitely Diddy.
I'm not working in or around anything to do with
he's
Mr.
the immortal.
Sinister.
He's the immortal Puff Daddy. That is a fact.
That dude is
crazy. I'm going with
Brothers.
Magneto. Magneto's clearly the best villain to hinge for, at least in this world.
I say
agreed.
Because he not gonna treat you. You gonna get benefits working with him.
Yeah,
you know
he likes mutants. He's
wants
here
you
for you.
Yeah, he's here for you.
Well, then if we were to hench for him, we'd be kind of fucked.
I think he likes humans. He likes humans if they working for him. Shit, I think he would. I would work for him for free. And I'm not a human. I'm a mutant.
Bill just shows up. Is like, yo, do you need someone to grab you anything that isn't metal? I'll do it. I will grab you that notepad, man.
I'll grab you the notepad. It's all paper. I know you have trouble with paper.
I wasn't a huge fan of this episode, or at least like for the first half. Like I'm not wasn't a huge fan of like the Jubilee Roberto love story of it all. I like the idea of like exploring her powers and stuff like that. But yeah, like just the anytime they have an episode that's like focused on the kids, even like the way back in the older series, I wasn't a huge fan, and also didn't really love the member berries part of it all. I was like, oh, remember this episode? Remember this part of this episode? But overall, I thought it was fine. Like I really like Mojo as a character, and I like Jubilee as a character. But I just didn't like the love story part with Roberto.
I felt like there wasn't any love story portion of this except for the fact that they kiss at the end. Like this was
But then
if they didn't kiss at the end, then there wouldn't have been a love story element. It was more so just about her.
But Bill, their powers together form that beautiful, beautiful image.
Yeah, I mean, he still hadn't used his powers, fucking bitch ass dude. But,
which did you guys ever see the show The Gifted? It only ran for 2 seasons, but it was good.
I did not. That was the X-Men.
It was a live action X-Men, but the X-Men and the Brotherhood disappeared. But one of the main characters was Magneto's daughter Polaris, and then a very Sunspot-like character that they made up for the show Eclipse, and they were very similar. Whenever they would like hold hands, because she's got the magnet powers and he's got the light powers, the Aurora Borealis would form, and it's just like, good God. I get that you're on the CW, but can we tone this shit down?
Oh
It's
man,
like
if
that
that was
movie
all it
Elements.
was on the CW, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's gonna be bad.
Unfortunately, the rest of the show is actually dope. It really showed off some of the other X-Men that you don't normally see a lot of really well, like John Thunderbird and Blink, played by Jamie Chung, and she was awesome.
I like Jamie Chung.
Mm-hmm.
And later on in the episode, Jubilee considers staying in the arcade-averse, but older digital copy of herself from the game's beta version called Abkissa?
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Old Jubilee. Old Jubilee convinces her that she would be living an empty life. With the old Jubilee's Jubilee and Roberto fight their way through the game and defeat Mojo before Spiral sends it back to the real world. Where
If
Jubilee
I'm not
gets
mistaken, old Jubilee was played by the Jubilee from the first cartoon.
the same. Oh, okay.
Voice actor.
That would make sense. That would be
The voice
that's
actor,
cool.
which kudos to the new voice actor.
Allison Court,
I think so.
which would make sense because she hella white and current Jubilee is an Asian woman. So
Well, that's actually the
representation matters.
The original one, she actually chose to step down from they asked her to do it, but she's like, there should be an Asian girl to play this character, and she's older, she gets plenty of work. Like let's get a young Asian girl to do this role in this new reboot of it.
Mhm.
And also the girl sounds just like fucking Judy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they sound just
she
the same.
sounds really
Didn't the voice actor for Piccolo do that with a black character? He was like, no, there should be a black actor should voice them. So he stepped down for. I don't remember who it was, but
I don't remember.
I think so.
I have no idea.
I think so.
All I know is
I didn't know
that
about that.
That's
bring
really
back the
cool. That's the funniest fucking thing ever.
It wasn't. I don't think it wasn't. He was like, "Yo, Piccolo's black, so someone's got to voice him."
First of all, everybody knows Piccolo black.
I mean, he is. He very much is.
Those shout outs to that voice actor. I did like him voicing Wolverine in that X-Men Evolution show. I thought he was like really rad.
I hated that Wolverine. That's the worst Wolverine that exists.
Evolution,
All
I
of
like
the
that.
Wolverines.
But
I'm sorry. He did step down from voicing Piccolo.
Because he's black.
Okay.
All right.
Let a black man be Piccolo. No, I'm joking. We always got to be green.
I thought this was like a kind of a interesting way to end this episode, and it's cool to know that there was.
Well, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about
The first part.
Yeah,
because you said this episode.
Well,
so I'm just trying to.
I'm seeing them both as two different episodes.
Well, I mean, we don't have two episodes on here. We say episode 4, so I just want people to be understanding what we talk about.
Yeah, but what did you guys, Jeff? What did you think of the emergence of this digital Jubilee?
Meh. This part of the episode, the part of it that I actually liked was when they showed her in 8-bit, and they showed her like when she was like, "Oh, did you heal me?" And I liked that because
cool.
it was actually out of the video game, and I was like, "Okay, that's a fun callback for me." Because even when I was playing the game way back in the day, I was like, "Why is Jubilee like we have Colossus, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Jubilee?" What? That never made sense. So I thought that was actually really funny. And I like that they did that part. But the rest of it, I could have I didn't dislike it. I just didn't need it.
I was feeling similar to what y'all was feeling until we got New Jubilee. And then I was like, I see what they doing. Like, I mean, the old Jubilee, excuse me.
Yeah. Old Jubilee.
When old Jubilee when old Jubilee came in, I realized, look, there's people who've never seen this shit before. They can't appease us, just us. There's more people probably that haven't seen this than have. You dig? As long as it's been since it came out.
Right.
So I think what they're trying to do is make sure we're happy by like giving us a story without talking to us like we stupid or like rehashing out things. But also showing these new kids like, yo, this is who this character is. And not only that, but then showing us like I said earlier, retcon, not retcon, but let's explain what Jubilee's powers are. The entire 5 seasons, all they do is talk about her learning her powers. Get control of your powers. One day you'll have control of your powers. It's okay. I didn't have control of my powers either. But one day you will. Like, now they're showing you that's something, because even Magneto mentioned it in the beginning of this episode. Hey, Jubilee can have plenty of other birthdays if she learned the full extent of her powers. So we got, you know what I'm saying, like, and her being able to do, like, that shit was cool, the shit that she was doing with her powers, right? Like, that was no punk bitch, right? Like, that shit was cool. Let me just actually bring
that firework wheel that just sliced straight through the legs. That was dope.
Yeah, that was pretty rad.
Let me see if I can bring
And I figured it out. It was the old voice actor for Chad on Bleach. He stepped down so a Cuban actor could pick up the role.
Okay.
Ay, papi.
It's always cool when stuff like that happens. Like, I remember when Ed Skrein stepped down from that god-awful Hellboy movie because the character in the comic books was Asian. So,
yeah, that was God, that movie sucked. But that was really, really a stand-up of him.
Yeah. Because I imagine people aren't, knocking down Ed Skrein's door.
Although nowadays, are you actually like? It's like, no, he just read the script and was looking for an out.
So you know what? I'd probably be better off not doing this.
Roll that beautiful beam footage. Oh, no sound.
Wow, I can do that? That ain't the half of it. Just you wait.
See, yeah, that shit right there. That shit was dope.
Well, and the thing is, like, and it also makes absolute sense. She's in a world made of light and digital. It's a digital world. Light powers would make absolute OP sense in this.
My whole thing is that they are telling you she's got destructo discs and a spirit bomb. She can make a spirit bomb and she can make a destructo disc.
Yeah, she got
Commercial during a video.
Oh yeah, he did use his power.
Took you long enough. About fucking time, Sunspot.
Yeah. Look at that. Destructo disc turning into
a spirit bomb.
A spirit bomb. Let me tell you something, man. I love this shit. This shit was dope. Turned it into a goddamn spirit bomb. Yes, I'm down.
But I'll tell you what, girl ain't never going to be the stealth attacker. Everything.
Yeah, everything going off. They send her in second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do love that about X-Men. Excuse me. They'll send in like the covert team first. Like, okay, we're going in. Like, like real military, real military type.
Nightcrawler Wolverine.
God.
Yeah, Beast, Nightcrawler Wolverine. Beast, Nightcrawler Wolverine. You know where Nightcrawler is. He had church. He stayed prayed up.
In the comics, he's Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah,
no,
that's the correct response. They gave him a spider costume, and he is running around Spider-Maning it up. Which, like, he still has a tail coming out the back of the costume and pointy ears. So I don't know why anyone's surprised.
He's still Nightcrawler.
I don't.
He's in a Spider-Man costume.
Spider-Man is a character that has only survived the test of time because we keep it going. Like,
I think they're smart to make multiple Spider-Men now.
Well, I'm just saying they've tried to fuck Spider-Man up for years.
I can't. I don't have the emotional fortitude right now to get into Nightcrawler as Spider-Man. So we're gonna move on to the second half of this episode. We're talking about Storm and Forge.
Let me jump over to this comments real quick before we.
Okay, yeah. What's going on with the comments?
The Gifted.
That's the live action No X-Men X-Men show.
No, wrong.
To watch it.
Digital Jubilee was the old voice actor, right? That's right, bro. Was. You know what the deal is.
That's a really cool thing of them to do.
Yeah, because just like Morgan says here, it's a passing of the torch.
The
Film Age. What's Film Age saying here?
Film Age says, "Yeah, I feel like her powers getting explained was 100% for us OG fans." Yeah,
definitely. Morgan said Jubilee is Goku.
Jubilee is Goku.
Son of Jubilee.
I say Jubilee is Krillin.
Goku.
I don't want to give her the Goku. I'll say she's Krillin because Krillin can do
She got a spirit bomb, man.
Hey, Krillin did a spirit bomb in the Tree of Might movie. Check it out.
He held the spirit bomb after it was already made. He didn't. No, he didn't. I'm just saying he didn't.
All right, how about this?
Well, yeah, we did definitely go down to Dragon Ball.
How about go Krillbally?
Krillbally.
Go Krillbally.
Go Krillbally.
Go Krillbally.
There you go.
I'm going.
Yeah, I don't like that. It sounds like some sort of.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to like. You're supposed to like it about as much as Nightcrawler is Spider-Man.
But what did you guys think of this Storm Forge storyline? How we go back into what's going on with her? She is back at Forge's ranch to undergo a procedure meant to restore her powers, but it fails. Did you guys think that this is just like this is it for her? It was like I guess that was it.
No. The more I watched the episode, the more it made me think of Bill's theory from last week, which was, you just need to believe.
Right.
It's all in her head. The power of man.
Man.
The power was always inside you, type of thing.
Right, I'm sorry. Are you saying it's in your minds?
That's right. Sometimes you just gotta open your mind.
You gotta open your mind.
I don't know where the drop is no more. Everybody moves it around.
Come on, you're our resident voice actor. Just pull it out.
Oh my God, my voice is gone again because I don't give a piss about nothing but the tide now. I just
there. I like how we stopped and waited to find it.
Yeah,
it's very important.
It's a very important part of this episode.
I
gotta make sure it's louder next time. You know what I mean? It's just how we do things over here. You know what I mean?
You didn't see that coming?
That's how we do it over here. That's how we do it.
Oh shit. Well, this is a little awkward. So what do you think of the second part of the episode, Terry?
I didn't watch this episode, but I was just really somehow brought Mojo back. I was watching a random YouTube video the other day that was just like the anatomy of Mojo. And I was like, oh, cool. Let me watch this video. I like Mojo. And then it was talking about this episode. And I was like, oh, shit, Mojo comes back. Well, I guess I need to catch up on X-Men as soon as they're all done with the episodes. I watch them.
Your algorithm is telling you, get your ass over here and watch this TV shows.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah. No, I hit the back button on accident and then swashed back on over here.
No worries.
And we're talking about Storm and Forge and this creepy ass owl that keeps looking at her.
Yeah, I had the damn thing.
Aren't all owls kind of creepy as shit?
That is true.
You know they got fucking legs.
Do I have?
They got legs that go like halfway up their fucking body. Like you can lift the feathers, and it's like owl, but it turns out like this part's legs. They're fucking weird, man.
That is weird. I don't like you owls. But yeah, like what did you...
owls? I had an owl fly over my head one time. It was crazy. Motherfucker was massive. He was like 15 feet long. Goddamn, from wing to wing. It was the scariest shit that ever happened to me in the woods.
Just look up a picture of a brown barn owl and enjoy nightmares.
And they sound terrible in trees if they're right next to you. Like I had one, and that motherfucker sounded like Ric Flair at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Because it wasn't like a who, like you thought owls said who. No, this motherfucker was like woo, just all the fucking time.
That or you get the
Ric Flair owl out there. Owl out there.
It's an owl from Tallahassee, Florida.
That or you get the My Cousin Vinny owl that just screams at the top of its fucking lungs.
That's a buzzard.
That's a completely different bird. I don't know what I was doing. But I was.
Oh, never mind. I was going to ask you how you felt about it.
I thought that it was like everything with Storm like really kind of saved the episode for me. Like I really loved her exploring the emotionality of not having her powers right now, and just like this creepy owl kind of stalking her. And I really like the admittance that Forge has later on, where he says that he inadvertently contributed to her losing her powers.
You said the owl is stalking her.
Yeah.
Where did you see the owl before you see it?
When she's like
looking up to the sky and like, oh.
But it's a crow that attacks her in the thing.
Oh, is
in
it
the
a crow?
dream? It's a crow. Like the little thing at the end, it's like a crow. It's not an owl.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
I said that was like a Native American shapeshifter monster.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the shape that it took wasn't an owl.
Which makes sense because one of X-Men's biggest enemies is Wendigo.
Yes, and that's. I'm sorry, we're stuck in this mode. No, I was apologizing to everybody. I'm apologizing to the people watching. I don't know what I did that made Twitter go off, but shout out if you're still watching from Twitter, and if you weren't, and well,
let's be honest, it's more likely Elon Musk did something.
Dude, I don't know what happened. Usually, if I come back, it still has it going. But oh no, it's going for some reason. It just went back. It just came back. So shout out to whoever's watching on Twitter. It just came back. So my bad about that. Did that earlier.
Welcome back.
So yeah, we get well, actually, I just want to play this one scene between Forge and Storm, her trying to get her powers back. Get her mojo back.
Okay.
Stella got her groove back.
Give it a try.
Winds, heed my command. I am Storm, mistress of the elements. Rise, winds, and move the desert sands.
No, bullshit. No,
I did love that scene.
Fuck that. She got her powers right now. You know how I know she's got her powers?
The voice?
Exactly. How the hell she make her voice do all that? How the hell she get reverb all of a sudden? Ain't no way she ain't got no powers.
That's nothing to do with her powers. That's just straight up. That's her. Oh, she's pissed, voice.
Mistress of the elements, rise.
Look, she cannot make that noise with her voice unless she got powers or that little bouncy microphone, springy microphone that you used to have back in the day.
Oh god, those things suck.
Like mistress of the elements. Like that's the only way that shit is happening, man. So I just feel like she already got him back. Forge is shit. This is the first time he made it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give him a break. He was under stress. He been looking at Storm's booty. He ain't, been distracted. So I just feel like maybe
don't even blame
has
him.
Her powers already. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna take a little while. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. Just a little.
Winds and move the desert sands.
It's just such an extra fuck you.
Please, winds, hear me.
Oh, girl.
Please.
Yo, I just noticed this. Forge got a bandage around his fake leg. Like,
yeah,
for what
do you
though?
need a bandage for?
Shin splints.
What you need a bandage for, my guy? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, maybe he oiled it and then he has to bandage it up so nothing can get on the oil adhesive or something.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind that.
It's got a sweet smell to it, so raccoons be running up on him. So he got to make sure he got the bandage on there. So it don't...
I mean, yeah, it is Forge. You'd think he'd make something better because it just looks kind of just looks a little slapped together.
Just bandage it. Fuck it. Look, I ran out of material.
On a limb with that one.
If you can't duck it,
fuck it. What was I about to say?
I did think it was unfair of Storm to be mad at Forge for designing the stuff because, he wasn't designing mutant stealing weapons. He was designing different things for the government that they then adapted into a mutant stealing weapon. She's like, you should have known. And it's like, yeah, we all should know the government's bad, but bro wanted an arm and a leg. He was desperate. And it's not like he was like, hey, here's a gun that will only kill mutants and never humans. Like, sorry, someone took fireworks and made gunpowder.
Yeah, but also he got her up. How long has this been since?
Yeah, since he
actually met her at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how long
like
that's been.
13, 14 minutes at least.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be a situation where he been, slapping cheeks and hadn't said, you know what I'm saying? Like, just hadn't been saying nothing. Just slapping cheeks. Didn't let her know. She been lying to me and slapping cheeks. That's the only reason for her to get that mad. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine the toys he made for in that room, huh? Anything he can imagine.
But it doesn't look like he has a lot of resources out there. I guess I don't know.
I don't want to talk about this anymore because this just made me think of the Vince McMahon story where he's got he's got the different types of wrestlers toys at his house.
Yeah. Go Google that if you want to know
Google that if you want to know more.
But yeah, like we mentioned,
I would pay to just watch Bill with the X-Files music going nonstop, just going to that conspiracy theory. Not tonight.
You can find it every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time at the Bantha Bunch on the Drunk Banthas channel. Alex, I gotta ask you, and I'm gonna throw it to everybody else too, but who do you think this spirit demon character is that is attacking Forge and Storm? Because it didn't just attack Storm, definitely attacked Forge as well.
Yeah, whipped Forge's ass.
And shared the voice of Storm. Like Storm's voice was playing over whatever other voice it was.
Okay, I didn't tweak that. But yeah, I think it's Shadow King just because he just seems like the most nefarious motherfucker that Storm knows, who does creepy shit like this.
That's just by your description of that's exactly the character I was thinking of. I was like, well, it's probably Shadow King. It's attacking Storm's Shadow King. It's definitely Shadow King.
He always does bullshit. Like
Jeff,
that.
what you feel like? What you feeling?
I agree with the Shadow King of it all. If she was asleep, I would have said like if we didn't have any indication that she was awake during this stuff, I would have said nightmare. But I mean, he's not a mutant, but still, like, that's just kind of his whole deal.
I wish I had the clip because he says at one point, like, she says, like, how'd you get downstairs or something like that? Or
how'd we get outside? I think
something like that, or how we get in. Like, but I'm like, so is it a dream? Like, you know what I'm saying? To your point, like about it being like dream sequence type shit. I couldn't tell if it was a dream. Like, did they all of a sudden,
or just like a telepath throwing some genjutsu at her?
Yeah, it's like I was very confused, but so yeah,
it's Xavier. He's still alive.
He just pulls some bullshit.
Just a little bored.
Hey, it's Halloween. You forgot?
This was a test. Storm. I had
boring being the good guy.
It's to shock her into getting her powers back.
Yeah, right. It's like a mutant version of like getting rid of the hiccups.
Scare you. Next episode, we just see her getting waterboarded by the giant bird. It's like, come on, use the wind.
No, yeah. The last time we saw, what's his name?
Shadow King.
Shadow King. I was trying to think of his name.
Oh yeah,
Farouk.
Yeah.
Last time we saw him, he was in this cartoon series. He was trying to take Storm's body over and control all like her powers and take it to the next level so he can rule the Dominion. Right?
Nah, he was gonna go into a room by himself for a little while
and just handle business.
Like the first 3 days, I'm gonna be by myself. That's a long time. But then I'm gonna come back and fuck y'all up.
Yeah, I think so. I think the clue is the voice of Storm being behind the voice of whatever spirit or whatever this is. Online, there's a theory about it being some kind of demon that is trying to actually kill Forge, not Storm, but that's dumb. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that that's stupid.
Yeah, because he could have just
well,
done that.
So, I mean, the closest I would see that one being would again be some sort of Native American, Wendigo or Nagloshi, a shapeshifter, one of those things. But I don't know. Wendigo doesn't shapeshift, and I don't think they've ever had a skinwalker in X-Men.
Nope. And so that's why I say, nah.
Yeah.
This is a Storm story, by the way, not a Forge story. So why would we have a Forge demon?
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying? I think this is strictly Shadow King, or like you said, it could be Nightmare if it's something that's dealing with the nightmares, or it could be what's his name that everybody thought was going to be in WandaVision.
Firehead.
Yeah, damn, I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
Randy.
They all thought he was going to be in that shit. I can't remember. Mephisto. It could be Mephisto.
That would make sense because that would also explain how she gets her powers back.
Well, you know what? We're starting it right here. Oh, look. Hit the button. Hit the button, Alex.
Film age.
Film age said it. Film age said exactly what we were saying, man.
Johnny blazing up Storm.
Dude.
That's a reach.
Johnny blazing up Storm.
Bro, if
Happy
we get
420.
Storm as the if we get Storm as the Ghost Rider.
As the Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider,
Mephisto makes deals with people and then turns them into Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
That would be
there's not a chance it's ever going to happen, but it'd be
which is why we're starting this theory right now.
Nightcrawler, Spider-Man, the world's fucking upside down.
I mean, shit, there's a universe where Spider-Man's Ghost Rider.
Really?
You didn't see that coming?
Yeah, there's one where there's a universe where Uncle Ben never died. Peter Parker keeps luring other Spider-Men to his dimension, stealing their powers, gets 616 Spider-Man there. They tussle. He's like, oh, you're a bad person. So then he lets him go, but he's losing his life energy because of something. He's like, I'll just let myself die. And then Mephisto's like, hey, you want to be my new Ghost Rider? He's like, sure, I can flip the fire. And then he's called the Ghost Spider.
Go outside, nerd.
And his webs are chains.
See, I think we could start. We need to just start this. We need to, y'all go out, tweet, go on Reddit, post Mephisto. It's Mephisto. It's Mephisto. We can get this popping by Wednesday. It come out on Wednesday, don't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can get this popping by Wednesday, y'all.
Yeah, hashtag X-Men97 Mephisto. That's a long hashtag. You're not gonna remember that.
97 Mephisto. Hashtag
Mephisto 97. Yeah.
Yes.
Mephisto 97.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
Mephisto
go.
97. Mephisto
by the
97.
Hashtag there's
Mephisto 97.
There's also a Ghost Rider that is the prehistoric Ghost Rider, and he rides around on a flaming mastodon.
Okay, that's the show I want to watch. There,
right?
There it is.
Whoa,
that's the combination.
Speaking of mastodon, speaking of dinosaurs,
we
got dinosaurs in another show that we're going to talk about.
We call that
today.
a segue.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the king of the segues. That's why tonight. Oh, you go ahead. Tonight we're going to be talking about. That's right.
That was.
Hold on. Didn't hear you. What'd you say?
We got that wasn't a chuckle.
I said that was loud.
Perfect for right after he takes a bite.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the season 2 finale of Invincible.
I wanted to scare you.
I thought you were stronger, which
we thought you were stronger, Terry. No, I'm joking.
It's an interesting title. It has a couple of different meanings, and God, this was as usual for Invincible, super tragic, super surprising, and just left you wanting to see more. Unfortunately, it's like the gifts and the tragedy of watching the show. It's just like you always want more. But this is all over for the season. But before we get into the nitty gritty, Producer T, like, what were your initial thoughts on this episode?
Season finale, I thought it was kind of a little lackluster. Like, especially knowing how long they're gonna like keep us waiting. They already told us last episode how long this shit's gonna take, and not to be even like, don't even start with that bitching and bullshitting about it. It takes a long time. But like, I don't know. I thought they would give us more, give us a bit of more of a cliffhanger. What was gonna happen? Some more Alan the alien and then breaking out or something, moving that storyline a bit more. Maybe getting towards, find the Viltrumite's weaknesses or something. Just the only thing that I got out of this episode is that I can stop my duplicate bitching. Stop that. That's been put.
Yeah, we didn't want to ruin.
What the fuck? Come on,
we didn't.
Come the fuck on, please. And I knew you guys. I was like, I was hoping. I was like, please tell me you guys are just holding this info back from me. Because, come on, it has to be. This just makes no sense.
Yeah, we was holding that back from you.
That was so.
Also, my book 3 just got in, so I am up to the part where he just killed Langston in the comics. Also.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. Alex.
So I see how they jump around a lot. They are like,
that's a good time for you to drop
stories.
In this episode, Mark returns home, confronts Engstrom as he threatens Debbie and Oliver. Engstrom retaliates by sending Mark across the multiverse to weaken him. Debbie tries to convince Engstrom to let Mark go, but he refuses. And emboldened by the memories of his variants and their Mark's murderous actions. Now, what did you guys think of like the way that they depicted Engstrom and his mania and his like motivations for continuing this fight? Because he seems like a nice guy, or it seems like he used to be.
We met him. We met him. He was a decent human being, at least the one we met.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like from what we know, like obviously not here. He's not a nice guy.
The majority of the other ones we met were pretty good too.
He was definitely a nice guy.
Yeah,
he was. Give him a nice guy.
One complaint is that I feel like with all those personalities and like 60-70% of them hated Invincible. How couldn't they be like, this is the wrong Invincible? This isn't the Invincible. Because they look stark differently. A lot of the evil ones have their own unique look. And I just feel like he should be like, this isn't the Invincible I should start with. There's plenty of others I need to go get before I come back to this dude. Let me go get the rest of them first and save the guy who fucked up my face for last. That just... Let me round off and kill some weaker Invincibles. That whole thing kind of just threw me off a little bit with his mania.
Can't remember how it worked in the comics, but
so that's actually something that usually I think the show did things better. I think the comic did in this one, because one of the things the comic points out is Engstrom doesn't think that he stopped the machine to save Mark. He's got all these memories going through him so strongly, which they tried showing in this one. But as a result, his mind is fractured and he's not sure which one he is all the time. So that's why, like in this one, in the show, it was more like, you're evil, so you have to die. But in the comic, it was more like, I've never been on your side. Like, I've always known you were evil, as opposed to this. I feel like that was kind of lost in translation on the show.
Well, they did.
Just when he would switch personalities, I just like, shouldn't you just know that that's not the right Mark you should be mad at? There's like so many other Marks you should be going for right now. And
well, no, they did actually touch on exactly what you're talking about, Jeff.
With the flashes to the different worlds.
Yeah, when they went to the flashes of the different Langstroms, I don't have the clip before that, like I only have the Langstrom.
Like it showed that, and that's what kind of made
moment.
me think. I was like, well, why is he going after this mark instead of all the other ones?
I only had the Langstrom moment, but Langstrom definitely Mark definitely tells Langstrom, like, yo, dude, I tried to help you. Like, you were trying to help me.
Yeah,
It's
and
okay.
then that
Like,
like
you tried
shut
to
him
save my
down,
life.
and like he went crazy.
And that's when he has this moment right
Yeah.
here that I'm gonna let roll.
Daddy, I miss Mommy.
Me too, man.
I was scared.
But you tell Chainsaw.
Great name.
Everything's gonna be.
Oh, poor Angstrom.
How y'all feel about the cape? Y'all like it? Y'all hate it?
I mean,
I think it's fresh. Yeah, I can see.
I don't know. I feel like superheroes wear capes and villains shouldn't really wear capes.
well, he's not a villain in his mind.
I don't know. You gotta know you're doing up to bad shit. No, I just wouldn't be wearing.
No. I mean, the Viltrumites do not see themselves as bad. They see themselves as saviors.
But they don't wear capes either.
But that's why he got style. He got swag. See, he a hero. That's what I'm saying. He think he the hero.
I don't like the cape. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, that's a completely different looking Invincible dude. That guy's face and image should be like burned into your skull, right? That you know him. So if you see this other mark and you know there's multiple marks,
I think the issue
that's what I'm just saying. That's why it was kind of issue for me for him to only attack this one mark. And like, if this Langstrom would have been like, I done killed about like 40 of y'all already, and I'm ready for you, then I'd been like, all right, that makes sense. Get him, big dog. But
I think that he is going after the mark that he's going after because that's where he woke up. Like he clearly has all these minds, and he woke up in that one place. So he's like, this one is the one that did all this shit to me, though. Like it's
I know. I just feel like you just getting a fucked up ass head isn't like wouldn't be like
just got a fucked up ass head. He's got psychiatric issues. Like,
yeah, but now you got a party inside your brain. I don't know. You know, he's got split going on. It's cool.
This is what this nigga is gonna look. If he wasn't chasing Invincible, if he wasn't chasing Mark Grayson, this is what he'd just be doing in the living room every day. He'd just be sitting in the living room crying like a motherfucker.
Like, my child.
Yeah, he's watched his kid die thousands of times and thousands.
Yeah,
of different
a lot of
times,
dimensions of
periods.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
this dude's just fucking your shit up.
His wife dies.
Different versions of this dude fucking your shit up.
Dude, wild.
He's killed your kid. He killed your wife. He killed your friends and coworkers at work.
Well,
and at this point,
exactly.
he's like, I'm gonna kill your homies.
I will say that, you know, I guess it is fair to just as I think he wore a cape because Omni-Man wore a cape. Interesting. That'd be cool. I mean, like that's a nice like.
Yeah, his
like,
dad wore a cape. He's wearing a cape.
Yeah, the guy in this universe.
Yeah,
like,
I like it. I
wants
like
to
that.
follow
I will accept that answer.
But yeah, I will say, yeah, like it is like they could have probably shown his emotional investment in this particular mark a little bit more, considering there's so many Invincibles to choose from. But since there are infinite Invincibles to choose from, why not go for the one who caused the accident first? You know,
the most
like,
innocent one.
Well, he doesn't, because he doesn't see it that way. See, we're basing it off of
from our perspective. He's going after the mark that least deserves
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly. He's going after the most innocent. He's going after the only innocent one. If you really want to get down to the nitty and the gritty, there are no other marks other than this mark that choose to fight against his father.
Now, did you think that the actual fight was compelling, like the way that Angstrom was using his powers to trip him into?
No, yeah, that was tight. That whole motivation for getting the mark was bad, but the whole everything else was top. Like I can't imagine. What's cool about how he could. What really got me was like different dimensions, how their time runs differently. So it's like, okay, it's been 2 seconds here with me and your mom just kikiing away because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this lady. But guess what? That 2 seconds on this dimension, that's a good 20 months, my guy.
Right.
Enjoy that.
This is over.
Mark. Mom.
But see, a lot. I think I hate it most because he was just being so soft. I was like, no
Remember
wonder
those
Langston's
doctors I
like doing
told you
this. You're
about?
being so
The
soft,
ones who
bro.
rebuilt my body? They also improved it.
This is what you're talking about, Alec. I'm gonna kill this music and this audio. This is what you were talking about, referring to the beat down that he gives this fool and going through different dimensions constantly. I personally felt like this is a bit of a show-off move here. I mean, come on, dog. You got to go take him to zombie planets and take him to all this other shit just to whoop his ass. And then what did those people do?
And push those little assholes.
What
into
did
a
they do?
different
He could have just pushed them out of the way. No, I'm going to send you
Dimension
to
open them.
a crazy dimension. Like,
I mean, they're already in a pretty bad dimension. Maybe he put them in a good dimension for once.
Yeah, maybe they went to a
maybe.
place with fucking food.
Right? I was like, he couldn't have done them too much worse.
Send him to Disneyland or some shit. I wish I could play like the ending of this fight, but we can't. So even though it's a cartoon, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like,
it was just that one scene when he saw his mom's arm was broke and he just didn't kill that man immediately right then. I was like, man, how much more is this gonna take for you to finally kill this dude, bro? And
yeah, and it's been like the arc for Mark this whole season. You know, he's been holding back, and he didn't even really want to fight crime for real at the beginning of the season, just because he was afraid of like crossing that violent threshold to make him more like his
make a
his
nigga go
dad.
deaf.
It really made me feel evil myself because I would have been like, man, I would have been killed this dude like 20 minutes ago, Mark. Like, why are you? I would have not have had this existential crisis. I wouldn't have been freaking the fuck out like he was. I was like, bro, am I cold blooded or something? What is wrong with me? I would have not because. That man did that stuff to me. I would not feel bad about it whatsoever.
I think that's why he felt so fucked up, is that he didn't feel bad about killing him. He felt bad that he crossed the line that he promised himself he wasn't gonna cross.
Right. Because that is like, you know, that is
I mean, I wouldn't try to cross that line, me being a superhero, but that dude already fine. I was like, nope, you have already crossed the line, bro. I'm gonna take it there.
Well, that's the interesting thing about just the superhero line. If we're talking about like Batman, it's like he's never killed Joker, no matter how many fucked up things he's done. Because if he crosses that line,
Batman's trash for that. Come on, he's so trash.
I mean,
for that.
I get it. You're a man and you dress like a bat.
You're
but
a
it just
bat.
doesn't seem a bit obvious.
I love. I love
But
that
I
was
also-
a great one. That was
I
a
think
great
it was
one.
more shock and surprise because remember, he thought that, he did throw Mark into the Walking Dead universe. That's right. But Mark thought that, Langstrom was like, oh, they made me stronger. So I thought you were stronger. Mark didn't realize he was hitting him in a way that could kill him. Mark thought he was stronger. And I think it was more that Mark was kind of shocked because he wasn't trying to kill him, and it came so easily.
Yeah, that was another thing that was interesting about all that, is that he was like, oh man, like the title of the episode, I thought you were stronger. He's like, hey man, you said you came up here and said you've been working out, and I killed you pretty quickly.
Bro, your protein shakes suck.
That's the reason he was upset, is because he knew that was a bullshit answer. That is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an absence of guilt.
I just get tired of Mark being just so.
Well, we gotta remember he's just turned 18. Maybe he's 17, getting ready to turn 18. Like, he's not a grown ass
man. When I turned 18, I was in the Navy, and they put me being the guy who pressed nuclear missiles on a submarine. So I was about that life. So I don't know. I would say Mark's a little bunk. Like, if Cecil told me to do something for my country, I was ready to be Donald. I'm a Donald.
Pushing a button is a
Oh.
little different than squeezing somebody's neck until their eyes pop.
Oh, I wasn't here last week, so I missed the conversation about my boy Donald, and that I knew it. I knew he was dead a whole bunch of times. I was like, yes, I was right. I felt so vindicated to be like when they told him, oh yeah, you died about at least 39 times that we got on. These are the times we only got on film. Sometimes we didn't catch them on film.
In my mind, I see Cecil being like, "Yeah, dude, you died 39 times," and like his secretary's in the background, like pushing a bunch of like film canisters behind a shelf or some shit with their foot. Yeah, 39. That was it.
Yeah, that was all.
Well, that's another one, actually.
Yeah,
if you think
I couldn't
about
believe it. That
we're also assuming Donald was ever a human.
No, he has human parts, so that's why he did
Says
say.
who?
Well, said Cyril, but he hadn't lied to him so far. He didn't actually told him all the truth. Kind of fucking Donald up.
Not from the get-go, though.
Well, he was following Donald's orders, allegedly.
Yeah, that was Donald's orders to be like, don't tell me unless I ask.
But again, all of this is we're just taking Cecil's word for it.
Yeah, Cecil is an interesting character. He's not really going to show you.
I feel Cecil lies by omission, though. Like when Cecil lies by omission.
Cecil also just flat out lies by lying. Bro, don't give a shit.
Yeah, and to your point, Terry, like were you talking about like how far the show's gone, like for this finale? I would have liked a little bit more of the Cecil Mark relationship blossoming, because we kind of see them, button heads a little bit. But
something with the Sequids too. They could have shown.
Yeah, but yeah, we did get some really cool stuff with the Invincible. With the Invincible Angstrom storyline.
I got a question.
42.
Which one of these? Because Alex brought up the. Well, actually, I guess it's not a question. Fuck it. I'm not gonna ask a question. I'm bringing up my favorite cameo of this episode. Dun, 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 dun.
Agent Spider.
And Professor Octopus, right?
That's right, Prop Hog.
So clearly, this is Spider-Man, but
which is even funnier because in the comics, he just meets Spider-Man.
Yeah. Really?
That was
crazy.
Is
there a multi-dimensional person coming through your wall?
It was a little crazy over here a second ago. So the reason
actually,
we don't
think about it in the comics, I guess they just show they mostly just show the web trailing when he comes back through. So
yeah.
So I wanted to get a good shot
I
of
just
this
got to
joke.
that part.
So in the comic books, spoiler alert, Spider-Man is in the comic book. But they couldn't put Spider-Man in the television show because of the rights, the TV rights, and look, even if you could get it, I don't want to be in them conversations with Marvel and Sony. Like, y'all, I don't really want to even deal with this shit. We'll just change the fucking character and make
for a 5-second cameo. Like,
right.
Talking about it anyway.
Exactly.
And it's kind of disappointing because, to your point, we're probably not going to get, like, Spawn shows up a few times in the comic book as well. So it'd be really cool to see, or in Savage Dragon. We're probably not going to get any of that because of just
Savage Dragon, Savage Dragon was the Image. Well, so remember, Savage Dragon and Spawn are Image. So those are much more likely than if, like, we got a Spider-Man.
I mean, and, like, Todd McFarlane's a pretty cool dude. I feel like they'd be like, all right, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we're just never getting to Spider-Man. I was just just pointing out how I just wanted to point out
Spawn.
I just wanted to point out how they were able to even insinuate that it was Batman, or just be like, you're Batman. But with Spider-Man, you can't even say Spider-Man without getting sued.
No. That's a big no.
Yeah, that is exactly how they did in the comic. And then
if I'm Bob Iger, I'm not giving Uncle Jeff no rights. Period. Like F that.
Fuck no. Also, I figured that Alex's favorite would have been one of the last ones before they're just falling through the sky. Because everyone's got the fucking Dune breathing apparatus going.
Oh, I did not even twig that
Yeah.
they went to Arrakis.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
pretty
I
rad.
saw that one.
So in the comics, it's much more Arrakis-like. In this one, it's like post-apocalyptic Earth, but like desert is taking over, and they got the breathing apparatus thing. I was just like, oh,
cool.
Alex and his dumb holiday.
May thy ninth chip and shatter. Yeah, like that was really.
I do want to. Oh wait, we got to let everybody know who's just got here. We got to let producer T know. Tell him, Alex.
Who just got here?
The calendar, nigga. The calendar.
The calendar.
Calendar Association, nigga. The goddamn calendar association. Go ahead and tell them about the goddamn chip and shatter. Nigga. Get this shit out the way. Say it.
Yeah, I applied to make Dune. May 9th the official Dune Day.
May 9th,
chip and shatter. So yeah, hopefully that happens. We're still waiting for the results.
All right, everyone. Hashtag
if everybody goes and does it right, like that'll be something that'll make.
Yeah, it's like hashtag people like apply. Somebody's got to hit.
Y'all go and do that right now.
All right, hashtag May the 9th.
I can't remember the website, but I'll put it on the the video description later, so you guys can go do the same. Yeah, like I thought.
Go ahead.
No, I thought that this is just a super cool way of like introducing a Spider-Man, and the Agent Spider. He's actually voiced by the voice actor who plays Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, fuck
nice.
Spider-Man. Fuck Spectacular Spider-Man.
I haven't actually.
I love how just like not unaware Mark was until I started talking. He was just like, wonder where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm like,
is that a palm tree?
Stay back. No one's eating me.
Egads, it's speed.
Egads.
Probably the second best line of this. I swear to God.
A posh Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Egads, it's speed.
Dog, that is wild. Egads is wild. Son.
Egads. I love it.
You see why I have to get to these clips? Like I gotta get to these clips because it's just those little moments right there. I already got you queued up.
They're gold.
Such a fun part of the show.
But then after all this multiversal fights, we end up in this very desolate world, and Mark kills Angstrom in this desert planet.
I'm just gonna play something.
He was talking shit.
I'm gonna play something else while you're talking.
Right, just the whole him being so sad about it. I was like, nah, man, this dude.
Angstrom was talking shit.
Nah, he deserved it. No, exactly. That's what I was like. Angstrom deserved it so hard. Like, bro, like you don't come to my house, beat on my mama and my little brother like that, and then like,
which they took way harder than the comics. The comics, he just backhands her, doesn't snap her.
Like when he
ulna.
Yeah, like he broke her arm, but he didn't like break the arm off and separate
he didn't
like
go
it did in
like.
the show.
No, he didn't just.
I think he does a good job of giving extra stuff and like I was gonna say I like Show Debbie way better than comic book. Debbie.
Yeah,
a lot of these characters just get
she's like
out in the TV show.
Clearly the creator. If you look at the comic book and if you look at The Walking Dead, like clearly this
doesn't know how to write women.
Well, he just never met any before he got rich. That's what I'm saying. Like he never met no woman. You don't know how. Like Amber in the comic and Eve in the comic when this nigga break up with Amber, this bitch come in and be like, "Yo, you broke up with that bitch. Your dick is mine." That's how she come in the comic book. So it's just like, well, this dude didn't know nothing about women.
Yeah, there are aspects of Eve's character that they deal with later on in the comic that I'm curious how they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean the show.
I think I know, but we gonna get there when we get there. It'll be about 7 years from now.
So what do you guys think of the Guardians of the Globe time hopping to get Mark?
I thought that was cool. They had
I
their own little
have a
Avengers game.
question.
You guys just do not. I'm gonna have to
'cause,
start
yeah,
making cards. For
I'm not
what
too
I
far.
do.
They did that part in the book now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and they do the same scene when Robot takes off his head, but they don't call him Rudy. They call him Rex.
Because he's Rex.
They call him Rex in this too.
Yeah, they call him Rex.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, is that
that was exactly
actual
what I was
Rex
asking.
explode, or is that like
Yes.
the Rudy? Because he looked a little bit
The
younger
grown
than
up
them.
Rudy. Yep.
No, it's Rex.
Because he looked a little bit younger than them.
Which, by the way, I
And,
don't
you
know
know,
if we
Rudy
could still
was
call
younger
him
than
Kid
them.
Thor.
Yeah, he's
Well-
Kid Thor. He's not Kid Thor no more because
Who's
he
the
old.
boxing glove lady?
Knockout. She's another
Okay.
Image character. Which, by the way, I only know that because I looked it up when I was reading the comic.
Right.
Okay.
So Monster Girl here. Do you think she's cured, or do you think like she just has to stay monster all the time?
I feel like she's has to stay up all the time.
I'm gonna try not to spoil anything.
Oh yeah,
Because I haven't seen them again in the comics yet.
Okay, we don't have to talk about these guys too much. I just want to.
Right.
I just
can
wanted to
move
show.
on.
I'm only showing
I'm
this because
curious. Is that Rudy or is that actually Rex?
By the way, this Eve
Hold on,
girl,
hold on,
you've had years. Get a better costume.
Hold on.
Right.
Now go ahead with you. Go ahead. Which one of y'all want to go?
That Rudy's grown up and they just now call him Rex? Or is that the original Rex Explode in the robot outfit?
See, and the interesting thing is,
because when he removed his head, he just looked younger, like a little bit younger than them. Older, but still younger than them, which kind of makes me think it was Rudy.
and it would make sense if it was Rudy because we got Monster Girl still there, which I mean, like if she's still using her powers at this point, I mean, what is she, a zygote? You know, outside of it, unless Rudy cured her. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, well, yeah, Rudy is working, right?
And,
He said
and
was,
maybe he just
working.
kept the name. Maybe
Also.
in honor of Rex, he decided to change his name to Rex since he still kind of looked like him. Since he looked exactly like him.
You know, maybe, you know.
Also, this is a different universe. He might have chosen the name Rex.
Maybe there is no Rex. Maybe there is no Rudy. Maybe they're not even the Guardians of Globe. Maybe there is no Globe.
Maybe
Also,
it is. I will say,
Bulletproof. Get a better costume. Come on, buddy.
I felt like that was. I felt like that was. Man, that was Samson's voice playing Bulletproof, and I was like, "How they do that? Why they do that?"
Oh,
Kind of like Bob Saget and How I Met Your Mother.
It's like just like why they do that?
Just have the other guy. Yeah, they could have just done that. I will say that I think it is understood that
because
this
when all black people get older, their voice sound like this.
I think
Did you just age?
I think it is supposed to be understood that this is the Guardians from his universe, just in the future, because they're doing time travel, and all that.
But once he goes to the portal, then they're not his people. They're another dimension. They're a whole nother dimension.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing Back to the Future rules where he can change.
Yeah, Back to the Future rules. Worst scientific rules in all of time history of time travel theory.
And somehow the best time
I think Terminator's worse.
Best script ever.
Terminator like does both. Like you change them and then make another dimension at the same time.
Another great movie that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Let me just tell you why it doesn't make
I was
sense.
like, well, if you watch all the Terminator movies, none.
Terminator movies don't make sense because it's just like Mad Max. They just make up shit after another movie comes out, and you'd be like, "Well, the reason that happened is because of this." Well, look, none of this shit makes sense. Y'all keep trying to make it make sense. None of this makes sense.
Terminator, one of the films that proves a sequel can be better than the original.
Oh yeah. They
Also, Bill.
Yep.
He did not voice Black Samson. He did, however, which again, thank God they fixed it in the show. He's just Samson.
Yeah.
But he is the voice of Bulletproof. A couple other people. People I will say that he was the voice of 2 other characters in this episode. You guys want to guess, or you want me to just tell you?
Were they black?
No.
Okay.
They were a zombie and a dinosaur.
Yes. Nice. Green. I bet you use the green dinosaur.
Jay Farrow, by the way.
Oh, Jay Farrow?
Yeah, he's a great voice actor.
Jesus Christ. I mean, he's great. I just thought this is a very one-off moment to be in a fucking television show. Just be like, I'm gonna be a dog and a goddamn alien, and I'm gonna be a zombie, an alien, a dog. No, nobody know I'm the dog, and then I'm gonna be this dude. And then that's
when
that's weird.
George Clooney was like turkey number 7 on South Park.
No, he was the dog.
Oh no, he was the gay dog. Seinfeld wanted to be on it, and they're like, you can be the 7th turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we gonna? I want to get to this one moment. Terry talked about it last week, and he talked about it earlier today. His head was about to fall off of his shoulders and go into outer space because he was so pissed off about.
My initial thoughts of the episode was, thank God producer T is going to be so happy.
Yeah, he got an early birthday present here. Here we go. I'm gonna play this clip from
the noise of relief and words I said out loud.
The rock and the shoe in his brain finally got out.
You could have been like outside my door, and you would have been like, "Oh, he saw the scene."
He's watching Invincible.
So
dude, that fucking costume.
The original costume for
I laughed when I saw the top hat, though.
The top hat.
I thought that was a great touch. The top hat.
Yeah, that was great. Abraham Lincoln.
Love to see that.
The top hat.
Oh god.
But yeah, we get the reveal.
I'm sorry, I never told you.
And
oh my god! Thank you. You could have heard echoing.
She's got the 0, so you see she is the original Dundada. And you know what?
So how could Cecil never know that if they made those fucking costumes, they didn't just like look up the numbers and be like, "Hey, number 0."
Well, I think.
That's why it's smart that her costume number 0.
Well, is that
you don't look for nothing?
Is that just the nonsensical nature of her powers that when she makes duplicates, it just creates another number on it? Like, it just creates another costume?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
At first, it was just, giving him more fingers, but that got real awkward real fast. 1 couldn't pick up shit. 32 was just a nightmare of an arm. It just, yeah.
Every time she put on a shirt, it just like forms a number on her.
Okay. So she's up there at the altar with Immortal, and it just says 1 on her wedding dress. But even better, all her bridesmaids are hers.
Yeah.
From now on, though, now you know if she's bullshitting with you.
Right? It's like, no, where's 0 at?
Yeah, actually, that's the interesting part is if she can control it. Because if she can control it, I mean, man, just have like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and like, do shit like that, so that the enemies are always looking for 3 or random shit.
Very multiplicity situation.
I gotta think, like, how does her mental power of that work? That's kind of insane that you were just literally, you were definitely at 2 places all the time, because you had this one that you had to keep safe and secret the whole time while you were living through this one that's being a superhero. But you got one that's like kung fu fighting, and the other one that's just like kicking back in a safe house, just being like,
right, just eating on the toilet, just
watching
like, does she just watch herself and be like, "Oh, glad that ain't me. Glad it ain't me today."
How great would it be
Playboy murders and shit.
How great would it be if like 0 Kate shows up and she's just like super obese from just sitting in the chair eating popcorn?
Yeah.
Immortal's like, what have you been doing?
I'm the original.
Immortal is like, what have you been doing? She's like, I've been watching the Drunk Banthas.
Yeah, just hanging out.
I've just been sitting here watching the Drunk Banthas.
There's so much content.
There's so much content. I've been drinking. I've been eating.
Also, just how does my man Cecil not know about that?
Cecil knows everything.
Well,
he just doesn't
Right,
know
I feel
shit.
like
So
he did.
that's
He
one of
doesn't
those
care.
ones
He's
where
like, she needs a day off.
care.
She did get ripped into pieces a whole bunch of times.
well,
Yeah, why
And
would he
that-
object to it? Why would he object to her having a 0?
oh God, so there's two options here. The first option is Cecil doesn't know, and she was just fucking
Cecil
smart
doesn't
to
know.
never let him know.
Cecil doesn't know.
Or two, she was like, sorry, three options. The second option is she was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And Cecil's like, take one and put that bitch over there and leave her. And she never thought of it before, which I kind of doubt. Or the third one, she was like, yo, hey, I can do this. These are my powers. I'm going to leave this chick over here. And Cecil's like, yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it just makes sense. So I feel like Cecil would have been cool with it. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. But
I'll bet that this is one of those, she thought she was like keeping it secret. And Cecil's like, are you stupid? What?
Well, it's I'm curious because we did have like the Adam Eve like special episode in between seasons, which was like a pretty much adaptation of the one-off comic book exploring Adam Eve's story from the original material. I would love it if they just keep that going and we always get like a little special episode in between seasons of the one-off characters. Would you guys like to see a duplicate, or would you guys rather see like the Rex or like a Cecil and like a in between? Which character would you want to see like that one-off with, Jeff?
I'd want to start with Rex Blood just because I fucking love him. But then I want to duplicate next. I'd also be interested to see a Monster Girl one just because I have a lot of questions. And the main two are, so we know she was cursed. How was she cursed? I'm assuming, sorry, if this is considered a gypsy. And two, I would like to see.
is that a bad word now?
I think some people really don't like it.
You know what?
And I think those people are gypsies.
Those people are gypsies. I got gypsy pills in the back if you guys need any.
And I'd also like to see when she starts realizing she's aging in reverse. Because she goes in and out of her power so much and she's still pretty much normal. Is it like a 1-to-1? The more like an hour in the powers is an hour backwards, or what? And I'd like to see her like trying to be like, something's fucking off today,
Man.
I think that'd be really interesting.
An hour in the
they kind of.
That is a good R&B, like 90s R&B album. An hour in the power.
Yeah, I think that was Babyface's fourth album.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a great
somewhat
R&B
talk
song.
about
Someone
it
to write
in the
Back to
book.
the Future too.
I'm sorry, Back to the Future 2 R&B song. And then what'd you say there?
She was like, I was like, they kind of talk about it in the book a little bit because she's like
Must have
touching
missed
her
that
boobs
issue.
one day, and she's like, "What's going on with my titties? Why are they getting smaller?" And that's what it said in the book. And I was like, oh, so yeah, they do touch. But for me, out of the backstories
titties are
they did
the
in the books,
giveaway.
I gotta say Cecil. How Cecil got that little fucked up face. Why I got that face?
Yeah. I would be excited to see them to do Cecil next.
Because you gotta wonder, you gotta remember. Look at how Donald looks. Look at how all the robot people they build back. Look how everybody they built back looks. Why does Cecil have a fucked up face when they got all this technology, right?
Yeah, and they definitely did a really good job with Eve, like in that storyline. When like they had that
they
special
fleshed it out
episode,
real
hopefully-
good.
Yeah,
they do something
So
cool
I
with
feel
that.
like they'll do something good with Cecil.
Yeah, she became like more important in this season, so maybe that's a through line. And speaking of Eve, like when Mark does come back from the past, or sorry, this alternate universe, future Eve tells him that she loves him, and she always has, and she just never said so. And then we get this scene with Mark and present day Eve, and he has all this information that he probably shouldn't have. And they have this cute little moment on the old
You going cute, not awkward as shit?
It was such a fumble on him, and it didn't matter.
There's something
I was
else I wanna
already
talk to you
mad
about.
with this dude, and
Okay.
he at least he didn't get the beat down on this dude. He was mad about finally getting the beat down for the first time in his life, and then he drops the bag with the girl, and then the season ends.
Oh
Disappointment.
no, he's never. This is not the first time he caught no beat down. This is like the 12th time he caught a beat down. This nigga almost died 3 times in this show already.
I know. I mean, that's all
he
he's getting.
didn't choose the most appropriate name.
He needs to change his name to L Man.
No.
Yeah, like Alan the Alien said, this is a pretty presumptuous name, don't you?
But he is.
I think
Well,
you're
you know
quite
what?
invincible.
You know what? Y'all gonna make me spoil some shit up in
So
here.
I think that he could have at least at this point been like addressed the feelings, or been like, he could have been like, I feel something for you, but I'm not ready
First of
right
all-
now.
first of
He
all,
could have done
no.
anything
No,
other than just be like,
No.
your pinky scared me.
No, first of all,
And then he
no.
nothing.
No. The dude just broke up with his girlfriend on Earth time. Less than
No,
24
his
hours
girlfriend
ago.
just broke up with him.
No, they both broke up together.
They're broken up.
But regardless, this nigga don't even. He just found out this bitch loved him like 10 minutes ago from a bitch that's from the future that he never even thought about loving this girl. Like he never was thinking about, should I get
He
with
thought
you?
about her.
Like,
He
this
did.
is-
He
Yeah.
did.
In the
No,
books,
he-
it goes into more detail about
I'm
he
not
had
talking. We not
feelings
talking about the
her.
goddamn book. We talking
In
about
the show,
If we were
in
talking
the
about
I
the book,
feel-
then I would go ahead and ruin a whole bunch of shit. But we talking
in
about
the
TV
show, it does when he's
I
talking
feel
with
like
Art.
in the show,
When he's talking with Art, he mentions he liked Eve when he met her, but she was with
he's like
Rex
I was
Cloak.
saying, he's not in
Yeah.
love with this girl. He's never been
but
in
he got
love with
feelings.
this girl.
He's
got
got
feelings.
all
boners
of us-
for her.
So all of a sudden, this girl gets to tell him in the future. She was like 50 years old, and she comes and tells him, "I love you." And now he has to go back and see this same girl is a teenager still. Like this, they ain't even 21 yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he just killed somebody, and he's still going through all the other shit that he's been going through. I mean, whether or not I love you is not really where I need to be going as far as a headspace. I mean, this dude just committed murder. You know what I mean? Like this ain't no situation where it's like, oh, I got fired at work today, or this ain't a situation where he couldn't find his good shoes. He only could find bad. He only had one sock today. He ain't had no drawers clean. No, this ain't one of them types of days. This is like I murdered somebody. I just broke up with my other girlfriend. I thought that was the end of the world. Some lady just beat the dog shit out of me from outer space, and then I murdered somebody because he broke my mama's arm and tried to kill my little brother. That nigga was holding his little brother like a little rag doll. He holding the baby like a
He
doll.
was like, "Whoop!"
He's like, "Bitch, I'm gonna whoop you with this motherfucker, baby."
I was almost expecting
Oliver
Oliver to get powers at that
to
moment.
power up. Yeah.
You know,
I was
think
kind of
that
hoping
would've
they were
been a
going to give the
good
baby
change.
powers.
Which
Right?
also
that didn't happen in the comics, but I would have liked
It didn't
if they
either.
did.
but
If they did do that,
I
I would
agree.
have liked it. I wouldn't have minded it.
like you
to
just
be
see him go.
cool.
You like they just
Just
cut
do a
to a scene
change.
of the outside of the house, and he just goes flying out.
Yeah, like I wouldn't. I don't mind changes, but they haven't changed anything
Some,
like that drastically in this show.
I
yet.
kind of wanted that to happen in the
Some
books,
real-
though. I thought that would have
yeah.
been the catalyst for his powers, was something traumatic like that. But I guess that's a little cliche, huh?
Some.
Yeah, it would have been a little Jack. For me.
I was gonna say Jack. Well done. You get me.
I get you, Agent Spider. And I do think it is fair to say that, Marcus had a pretty rough day. Maybe he wants to wait about like 48 hours before he thinks about asking out a girl based on a future love prophecy.
Man.
Okay, but didn't he go and seek out Eve, or who found who? I forgot.
I mean,
he
they're
flew
also
to,
good.
he flew to her.
they're also good friends. You know, he's like his
trash.
She's his closest friend, and you know, like
she's his
like,
only
hey,
friend. Really,
you're a super. Yeah, also superhero. There's not a lot of superheroes that aren't dicks that he actually wants to hang out with and might understand what like kind of day he's had. So I'm okay with this.
He can't even really talk to his mom. I mean, he can't talk to anybody really. She's the only person with any kind of powers, even close to what he can do.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She, you know, but yeah, Mark is going through it, man. Mark is going through it. He's a fucking teenager still, y'all. We can't remember. We can't forget.
I do feel bad when he's fighting. I feel bad for him when he does fight these Viltrumites because I gotta keep thinking what Othelius pointed out is like, yeah, these Viltrumites are like in their thousands because Nolan is in his thousands, right? Not hundreds. He's in his thousands.
Yeah, he's old.
And Mark is 17.
Right.
This nigga is trying the best he can.
Because you keep feeling like, oh, it's 17 to like a good 40, 45. You know, some of them are in their 30s.
No. I mean, it's 17 to like 40, 4,500. Yeah, right.
100 to 17. And you got to keep remembering that as like, well, there's a reason why he's absolutely fucking trash.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
power scaling is remarkable, and even to say that he's not dying yet, he is somewhat invincible. But
I mean,
boy,
bro, there's
you just hate seeing it.
Whooping his ass. He almost gets killed by Earthlings
because he's clearly been holding back. I mean, he holds
getting his ass kicked.
I mean, he holds back more than Superman. Okay,
holding back is why he's not beating them. It doesn't explain how they're beating the fuck out of him. He needs to.
Even Nolan, when he was fighting the Guardians of the Globe that he killed, when they hit him, they hurt him.
They did whip his ass.
But those were the seven strongest other people on Earth.
Hold on.
That is true.
This is what we're talking about. That's not necessarily.
And Immortal's like 1,000.
No, the Black Man Batman is not a superhero. He has no powers. He was able to hurt him.
He didn't do anything to Nolan.
All of them died quite easy deaths. I'm talking about y'all are moving goalposts. We're talking about his ability to be affected by pain, like to get hurt. We're talking about somebody on Earth being able to hurt him. And they were people we've established in the first season that Viltrumites can get hurt if they get caught slipping. And we established in this season, Nolan's books show that there's plenty of species that can actually harm the Viltrumites and they stay away from them. So the fact that there are Earthlings that can hurt them, that's the reason Nolan took so long to take over Earth, because he's like, there's too many people here who could fight against us.
That's one of the things.
So I mean, I'm just saying. There's clearly already been an established. There's already been an established situation where they've established that people on Earth ain't no punk bitch. Because if it was that case, then a guy who's thousands of years old, who's conquered thousands of planets, he would have already taken this place over if he felt like he could, but we've already established that he couldn't.
See, that's my thing about the Viltrumites trying to take over Earth. It's just like, wouldn't Nolan just eventually report like, this planet is not worth it? Every goddamn fucking week there is a new threat in this bitch. There's people coming from other dimensions. There's all kinds of other aliens who always want this shit. Earthlings themselves be developing powers in the stupidest fucking ways. One nigga got bit by a spider and he now has fucking powers. Can you believe this shit? Like, you don't want this planet.
There's some old motherfucker who just keeps making earthquakes for no reason.
No reason. Like, you would think Nolan would just be like, you know what? Don't bother with this shit. Just let this planet be, man. We need to stay the fuck away from this shit.
I do want
Right.
to get into the Viltrum.
I feel like Earth is too much.
I do want to get into the Viltrumites of it all because, like, especially with the ending here. But Nolan did mention in one
Earth
of the
is
other
too much.
episodes. Huh? What?
Earth is too much. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but
Kaiju's just be popping
but
up.
Nolan did mention that there's only about 50 Viltrumites left in like that actually are alive and throughout.
Yeah,
space.
that's why they went with the new program.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why he was taking his time, because it's like, yo, if I can't conquer this place by myself, I need to wait at least till I can like kill off a little bit of these motherfuckers, like, you know, one by one. And then, you know,
But like after 20 years, 25 years, where it's just like a new threat after the new threat on Earth.
Yeah, but that's like a day.
But
it's like 1 year in
exactly.
daytime.
4,500. I mean, you know, whatever. That's.
It would just seem like too much to me eventually.
What up, Othelius? Othelius, what is good?
What up?
He's in on CPT. Yeah, man, we was on CPT as well. We started about 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
So, what you want?
Sorry.
No, man, go ahead. I was about to throw it to you. See, I got the lob. I was about to lob it to you. Don't throw it back to me.
Oh, I just mentioned you, Othelius, because you were talking about we had mentioned the age difference. How, you know, we shouldn't be talking about Mark because he's 17 and he's fighting people in his thousands. So yeah, I was just mentioning that.
Strength.
And he cited his source. No worries.
Yeah, because I just got into the book where Nolan, they said it again. You know, he's in his thousands, and I was like, oh yeah, these dudes are way old. Like Mark has
these
a
old
long
motherfuckers.
way to get.
No, well, what were you about to
say? He's catching up is quite amazing.
Yeah, like so at the end of the episode, speaking of old man strength, we do get back to Nolan out in space. He's on the same he's on the same prison transport as Alan the alien, and they have a meeting of the minds because Nolan's on his way to execution.
Clever.
And Alan is just, you know, thank you. And now that Alan is strong enough to be executed, that's what they're gonna do. I thought that was a cool little thing where they're like, we're not gonna kill you unless you're at full strength, which seems like it's gonna make it harder.
How very Saiyan of them.
Yeah, you know what? That is actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because they are just stealing Saiyans, right?
Yeah,
that's
just
we know this, right? This is Saiyans. They're just missing a Frieza because there's only a few of them, and then they go take over planets for another nigga. Like that's
right.
basically
These guys are just doing it for themselves,
right? Exactly.
Did you
like
really need to
story,
uppercut
right?
that dude into the building like that?
Did he really? You know what I'm saying? He's so disrespectful. Like Omni-Man, when like everybody has their like fighting styles, it seems like so far. And I'm glad that they're doing that, because it's like similar to the comic book, like right, like some Viltrumites just destroy everything. Some of them like pop, you know, playing around with you and talking to you while they fucking you up. Some of them will tear your whole skin off your back and then wear it. Like these motherfuckers is weird. Like some of them is weird. Some of them is weird. So I'm liking how they're showing different styles. Omni-Man style is kind of weird with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he be practicing new ways to fucking kill people.
Right. It's like, no, this will be a cool way. I think I did this back in about like 600 years ago.
Yeah, he's like 600 years ago, I ripped the nigga's spine from his asshole. Let me see if I can do that again. The last time I got the meat clean off the bone.
How about alternate dimension, Mark? Learning to snap Eve's neck just right so she's paralyzed but not dead.
Exactly.
He practiced. He
practiced
on some
learned from
protesters.
He learned from his
daddy.
daddy.
Is that what you were doing with those protesters? Yeah. Aren't you proud of me, Dad?
God damn.
Can we put this one on the fridge?
How many of y'all would go evil with your dad if you found that out? Like, what would you do?
No, not me. My dad went evil. I didn't go evil.
I want to say I wouldn't, but that just seems like a lot of effort.
No, let me tell you something. It's easy. in your mind to be evil, but that takes a lot of actual work. It takes way more work to be evil than it does to be good.
Yeah.
Look right now. Look at me.
But
I'm being good.
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing. Look real close.
But I have a lot of power to make it easy for me.
It's it's harder. You gotta get up and do it.
I do feel like it has a lot to do with the way, because the Debbie constantly is like sort of seen as this soul of like or sort of like a grounding moment for Mark, because
that was interesting what Langston said about her though.
Yeah.
I'm not. Go ahead, Alex.
Like like to your point, what Angstrom said about her, like I think that she is like the catalyst for what makes him the best Mark. There has to be a best Mark in the universe. Gotta be one.
Was she like? Were they like literally tearing people apart? And she was walking up and just like slapping him, like, you listen.
Yeah, you little bitch.
I would like to see some flashbacks of how they actually.
I would like to see. I would love to see Evil Debbie, because she's like in some like
just run up with an ice pick,
black outfit with heels and stuff, with like a big D on it or some shit. I just want to see Evil Debbie.
Athena said, "Damn, Nolan is old as fuck." Yeah, you're not wrong. He also said, "Viltrumites are so damn extra." Yeah,
still not wrong.
I do like how some of them have some signature moves in the comic books that I really want to. I can't wait to see them do in the movie.
Yeah, it's Evil Debbie. That's what.
I just wonder what went wrong in those other Mark's lives that make him go evil. Yeah, we haven't seen any of the Debbies in the other universes. So I would see.
If this is the only Mark that's not gone evil, I think technically this is the one that's doing things wrong.
No, I think
it's against the natural order.
I just wonder what went wrong in those other Mark's lives. Yeah. I don't think nothing went wrong. I think that they did it. That they, he just is the one who chose to not go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not what they did wrong. It's clearly what our Debbie did right. Like I say, our Debbie, the Debbie that we're with,
our Debbie,
because Viltrum even mentions that some of the Debbies, went with Mark and Nolan. Like, so some of the Debbies were even so bold enough to participate in the conquering.
That's what I want to see.
That means that this this Debbie is definitely the best Debbie, just like this Mark is the best Mark. Omni-Man seems to be the best Omni-Man as well, right? Like this,
even though he's still thick.
This Nolan is the best Nolan. Yeah, even though he's a fucking cunt, he's still the best Nolan.
Yeah.
So my theory is what happened is in the other universes, Nolan didn't try hiding shit from his family. If he's telling them from a young age what the reality is, what's going to happen, then it's much easier to indoctrinate Mark.
That is a fair point. That if you told him, because it's easier to, I guess, tell someone that this is how it is, that's how it always has been.
Right. Hey, buddy.
Telling you when you're 18 years old, it's like, hey,
right.
Actually,
we are
you're already in like a rebellious age.
We are the real rulers of this planet, and when you get powers like your dad, we're gonna take this planet.
We're gonna do it. Oh, Mark, happy 4th birthday. You own all these people. They're beneath you. And one day you're going to kill a lot of them. So excited for you, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to grow up to kill a lot of people.
Right?
That kid that's bullying you right now, son. Remember that little kid that bullied you?
I want you to remember him.
We're going
for
to
when
get
your
him.
powers come in. That's number one.
Did you get... going back to Omni-Man meeting Alan, or re-meeting, since they're kind of old friends. What did you guys think of just the season kind of ending on a sort of a somber note? We don't get a big action sequence where they're fighting guards or anything like that. It's just kind of a contemplative, introspective moment for Nolan.
Hold on, before anybody says anything, I'm running this shit.
Of lesser beings, and I see the suffering of lesser beings, and it upsets me deeply. You said it's a bad thing. What I did on Earth, the pain and destruction I caused was immeasurable. What I did to my son. Yeah, but you can help us stop them. I deserve death. Oh, God.
Man, at that point, I wanted him to be like, yes, you do. But first, before you die, you need to repent and do all this shit first.
Okay, 1 second.
Then you can go
I
on.
wanted him to just walk through the wall because he's that strong now. Just be like, can you stop being so fucking emo?
1 second. I want to get to this last
And
line.
What? What is it? I think I miss my wife.
Well,
Which
see, that's
one?
stupid. He was
Well-
supposed to think that, not say it. Stupid.
Let me say this right quick. This dude said everything to Alan in his head except for
Right.
I think I miss my wife.
Yeah.
So he
By the
didn't
way,
think it. He said it out
you-
loud.
Do you
Yeah.
guys love how shocked he was? Like, oh damn, I miss my girl.
This whole thing is
I
shocking to
still,
him.
I
and
still
feel
want to
like-
know which one though. Which wife?
What if like what if he goes back, he makes up, he and
Cracks
Debbie
up.
are
The one
having
that-
a night, and he's just like kind of like not that into it, and he just looks over and sees a praying mantis, and he's like, oh, and then he goes deep.
That's the most just scary thing. That's
You about
the
to
most-
That's hilarious.
No, he's
man.
clearly talking about the wife that's still alive because the Thraxon wife has got to be dead by now.
Oh yeah.
She
Yeah, he
gone.
has no
Hour,
existence.
so yeah, she's probably
Got to be worm food by now, boy.
yeah.
Also, technically, I don't think Andressa was ever his wife. He always referred to her as his mate.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Actually, just baby.
He never
mom.
got a divorce from Debbie, so I mean, it just couldn't remarry. It's illegal.
Yeah, it's a legal thing. Ophelia said in the chat, so it's like Stormfront with Homelander's kid.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
With the other Mark universes, yeah.
Bro about to make a Chance the Rapper album. Yeah, he's all in his feelings. I can see that being a
I
cover.
miss my wife. Man, I miss my wife.
Some rappers
I
gonna
miss my
put
wife.
that screenshot as their album cover next year. If they're really cool. If they're really cool.
I mean, Logic did an entire album on outer space. Just saying.
We will not
Yeah.
talk about. We will not say that name in this studio.
Sorry.
We will
Logic did an
refuse.
entire album about the not Earth part of the universe. My
I just
bad.
don't like. We don't talk about Logic because he's disrespectful to his father. We just not gonna talk about this dude right now. But what was I about to say? Oh, I just want to get. This was the season finale.
I was gonna say if it was a
series.
series, we're all gonna be pissed.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That
no,
was so bad.
trust me. More surprising things have happened than
Firefly.
a show this popular getting canceled. I wouldn't be surprised if this show got canceled next week. To be honest with you, it would not surprise me.
They've had some like behind the scenes, issues, or like it seems like it took a while for the last season. to come
And
out.
then we were told it's going to definitely take a long time for this next season to come out. So for them to say that means that there's some issues, not necessarily saying there's issues that related to production. I mean, related to the talent or the directors or the writers, but it gets crazy when you're talking about an entity.
At least we don't have a
like-
strike to deal with.
Okay.
It gets crazy when you're talking about an entity like Amazon because they can easily get rid of this content because it's not actually how they make their money. So they can be frivolous with how they spend their money and with what content they keep. So I mean, a show like this gets let go by them, then it's getting picked up by somebody else. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me in this town, in Hollywood.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman. He's
And
gonna say
Hollyweird.
let this go.
Yeah, it would probably go to Hulu next.
Yes, like I was saying,
Yeah, absolutely,
this is the
Hulu.
series finale today. That we're talking about today. So, how did y'all feel this season went down? Did you feel like it held up to last season? Producer T, you go first.
Yeah, definitely. I think it kind of like topped last season, especially with that Rexplode and the Lizard League episode. That one was really top notch of just pushing it out there, and just with like Alan and like a lot of the stuff from the first season trying to like get wrapped up and coming back with the Sequids and everything, and I thought it was pretty good. I wish it was just longer though. No, stop with these. Give us 10 episodes. Stop making seasons less than 10 episodes. What the fuck?
Yeah, I really hope we get 10 in the next season.
Sometimes it's budget, but that's also, I mean, like studio could just give you more money and then we could just make more episodes. But yeah, Jeff, how did you feel about this season 2?
Pretty much the same as Terry. I liked it. I think it was better than season 1. And again, yeah, it was not only was it too short, I think splitting it up in the middle like that was a terrible idea. I get that they didn't have as much choice as they wanted with it, but it really made these last 4 episodes feel even more incomplete than just an 8-episode season. And it's one of the reasons we're all sitting here like, hey, like, man, it just feels like it feels like there should be more is because, well, I mean, how long was the break? 3 months? 4 months?
It was the last week of December or second to last week of December all the way until
March. So it's like
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You got 2 episodes. I mean, you come back and you get 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's a long ass time for 4 episodes, So I feel like that was a real swing and a miss. But other than that, I liked it. I will say I did like how they left the Alan and Nolan story better than how they left the Mark story. I feel like the Alan Nolan cliffhanger felt more complete than the Mark cliffhangers. I'm quitting college. Okay. Cool.
Wait, I'm coming. What? He's quitting college. See, I'm surprised that you felt that way because last week your complaint was with Mark that he wasn't doing what Nolan told him to do, which was get stronger, train, get better.
Yes.
And in this episode, his final conclusion is that he has to do just that. He has to get better.
Completely agree. But I just didn't feel like it was good for a cliffhanger.
Yeah, they could have showed him like doing a Rocky montage or some shit. Get it?
Right.
Filmmate says, yeah, Jeff, that's exactly it. Now
I get it.
I also
I
gotta
don't know,
say,
'cause I'm on team this season. I mean, that's that series. Just that
I just
episode
gotta
was a
say,
little lackluster.
Terry, when you said the Rocky montage, in my mind, instead of him eating the eggs, I saw Mark eating entire chickens, like live full chickens. Just like picking it up, it's like and he just shoves it down his throat.
Pull this one up right quick.
Athelius said, Eve, Mark, we're from another future. Mark, you're dropping a lot on me right now. Eve, also, I love you. I love you, Mark, and that's my limit and my cue to leave. It's like you had already told me a lot before you told me about all this love shit.
Also, Othelius also said it was cool, but I needed to see Mark get his lick back next season. You know, he got a lot of licks to get back next season. He had them Viltrumites that whooped his ass on Thraxon. Then he had the lady Viltrumite whooped his ass on Earth.
Yeah, people just whipping his ass,
man.
And yeah, that's one of the cooler things about Invincible. Just like I really liked this season too. It's hard to match like that, just the shock and surprise of what the show is like after seeing like the first season. Like that was just like wow. But I do think that the second season was really strong.
Niggas in the South, man. We just say crazy. We don't even, our adjectives are crazy.
Oh, what I say?
This season was like wow. Like we was just talking about this the other day. We was just talking about this. Go ahead.
But I thought it was like really good. I do feel like we could have gotten a couple more episodes out just to make it feel a little bit more of a solid ending, because I felt like the ending for season 1 was so strong. But and especially since like I feel like the opening title card, the way it changed from one color to another, it kind of teased something that didn't end up happening.
I
So
thought you would be so angry with that too.
Oh.
I was like, oh man, Alex gonna be pissed.
I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, like and ultimately it's not like that big of a thing in the comics. But I really, really enjoyed this season. I'm super excited about what's gonna happen next time.
I enjoyed the season, didn't enjoy the season finale.
So I felt like I liked this season. It was not connected. There was 2 different seasons. This is season 3 that we watched. You know what I'm saying? Like it was not. You should never do this again, ever in history. Separate a show with this big of a gap. There's literally never any show ever in history to do that. Like never. So that was stupid, and I have no idea why they did it because it's on Amazon, so there's no programming issues. There's no other shows that are on instead of it. Like it's no time slot issues. There's no time slot that exists. You have an infinite amount of space that you can place movies and television on, and they chose not to do that. I am very interested to figure out why that happened. I know it's probably going to come out in Vanity Fair in a couple of months or something like that. But that was the first problem I had. Actually, it's really like the only problem I had because I feel like this season finale didn't hit for people because of that gap. Because Nolan gives a great performance. What's his name?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. He gives a great performance.
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Simmons. He gives a great performance because he that last beat at the end where he's like, "I miss my wife." Like that's a whole moment where he literally is going through this existential crisis because I used to just kill people and I liked it, and now I'm like, you shouldn't kill people.
And he's been doing this for thousands of years.
He's been killing people. I just been killing people, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And
before that, I killed a whole bunch of Viltrumites, which led us to be in this position.
My own family.
And even just in that line, he goes from I don't really deserve to live to now I have a reason to live.
Right.
Which I thought was really
cool.
Is
I think is the reason he had the surprise in his face. The shock was from not so much that I love my wife or I miss my wife, but the shock was from like, I am changing. Like I have a reason to live. Like I'm not the person I was. And like Alan telling him like, yo, maybe that's a good thing, dog. Like you were kind of fucked up back then. Dog. Like you might want to change. That's actually in your favor. It's okay.
Yeah, that's the change you should make.
Be the change you want to see.
But yeah, any more final thoughts on the season before we wrap up out of here?
Don't ever do that shit again. God damn it.
But
Uncle Jeff. That was
what did he do?
Split this season up, nigga. What are you talking?
I thought you were talking about
not literally.
I said Uncle Jeff.
Oh yeah, sorry, not nephew.
Uncle Jeff Bezos. Uncle Bezos. Who calls they uncle they by their last name? Nobody. It's Uncle Jeff.
I'll bet Bezos like makes his nieces and nephews call him Uncle Bezos.
That'd be so fucking funny. Actually, I might do that to my nieces and nephews. I was mentioning it.
They Ophelia says if they make Debbie forgive him, and I ain't gonna like that. To be honest, dude called her pet. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey. Maybe she likes that. Don't kink shame.
Yeah, that
will be an interesting reunification if we ever have that happen. Much like when Mark and Nolan got to see each other again.
Filmmate said,
I saw that coming.
Never split the season again.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson. It was like, let's just get it all done and then put it out rather than try to rush things.
Let's say I hope they learned their lesson.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think
famously.
You know how I think they've learned their lesson? I guarantee you. Well, let's put it on the board. We've got to start writing this down. I guarantee you that this next season comes out in the summertime. To avoid football, because that is a programming issue, because not because there's no space or no time, but because it'll be going up against something else as far as space, and people's time. Like, I only have so much time that I can watch something in the day. So, and they got Thursday Night Football on Prime. So, we're getting deep in the weeds of
they'll probably start it as soon as the WNBA finals start, because then
not when the finals start. No, it's going to be in the summertime. It's going to be when the NBA finals start.
Well, okay.
Evidently, they're saying that there was a longer than expected production process, which was the reason for the split, which hopefully means that they learned their fucking lesson and won't. I don't understand. I don't understand why they let this happen. This has happened with Rick and Morty. They split their season one time, but for the same reasons. But they didn't split it for 3 fucking months. That's just absolutely insane. Like, or 2.5. Like, you'll get shows that go like maybe go off for a week or maybe even 2 weeks sometimes, but 3 months is fucking stupid.
Well, even through the holidays, you got those like after from Thanksgiving on to like the second week of January.
Yeah, it's a crazy gap.
And at least that's the holidays. You got a reason. Like, what, we gotta fucking celebrate Valentine's Day and St. Patty's Day before we can come back.
I mean, even on Olympic years, it's only like a month. No, it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a crazy gap. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Ophelia said they're gonna do it again. Don't give them no budget. You know what they're gonna do with it. Translation: we didn't want to pay our animators and writers.
Yeah, there was famously a strike that happened.
Yeah, that is actually big facts. And actually, they didn't finish the strike till right when this came out.
Yeah, so hopefully, with all that stuff, not COVID and strikes, hopefully with all that out of the way, it's not going to be much of a delay.
Shit, and I don't know what's going on with the strikes anymore. Animation might still be on strike for all I know, motherfuckers.
That is true. Before we get out of here, Agent Spider, can you tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Of course. You can always try and Skype me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers. Then you can try and find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram. But honestly, the easiest way, check me out on Nerds at Night and Drunk Banthas YouTube channels. I'm here pretty much every Monday.
Producer T, what about you? Where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Always at my Instagram at Terry F Photos, or my better Instagram at TPens.co, where you get all kinds of new pens coming out. I'm gonna have a big drop coming out next month. I'm just waiting on my taxes. Gotta wait for them taxes to come in. And definitely gonna be dropping a whole bunch of new pins.
Fuck yeah, guys! Awesome. And you guys can check out the links to all that social media. If you don't remember all that we just said, you don't have to. You don't have to remember all of that. It's all in the video description, so check the links down there. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time live. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Viltrumites, and may the force be with you.
Peace.